has gone down 25% every year since.
Wow.
And the statistics, because they ship these wolves and do all this stuff, right? These wolves are like basically patrolling the sides of the road where the deer are, and they're eating the deer and keeping the deer off the road. It's
How
a
great is
crazy.
that?
I mean, it's a cool thing.
That
I don't
is a
know.
pretty.
I mean,
That's a pretty cool thing, though, because it's saving. These wolves are saving bikers' lives. And the wolf pack can save your
I
life.
don't know. It was
There
a
you go.
random. I didn't believe it, but I looked up the statistics. There's all kind of stuff on the internet about it, and it's true statistics. It basically is that they see the deer, are attracted to the lights and different types of things, and want to cross the road, and so there's more high traffic of the wildlife there right near the roadway. So the deer, the wolves, they travel in linear packs, and they usually follow, either man-made or other made pathways,
Right.
like roadways. And so they're in those woods along the country roads in Wisconsin, and the level of fatalities, level of deer collisions, and all that's gone down 25% exponentially since 5 years ago.
Wow.
And
that's
statistically, it's actually saved millions and millions and millions of dollars in collision damage and other types of things. So interesting fact, fun fact, but I don't know if I want to get into the politics on that one. But
hey, I don't want you to leave yet. I want you to stay on because last week you weren't here, and I know when you left, Lori wanted to ask you a few questions. She wanted to bounce some stuff off you, because this is what it's all about. It's getting the proper answers from the proper people. So we're going to take a quick break. And is Lori on? And we're going to bring in Lori Montoya with Biker Down.
Thank you.
Where is Lori?
This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright, we can throw it and drive. With the radio up so loud they can hear us from miles. Me and you, nothing to do. These days they come and go. Let the good times roll.
Hey, welcome back to 99. We are here with Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack. And on air, where is Lori today? Lori Montoya with Biker Down. Welcome, Lori.
Thank you, guys. Happy birthday, Pitbull, you beautiful thing. I made you a hat just like this.
Oh, look at that. All right.
Yeah. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, I will get that to you. I don't know what size you are, but I made a couple when I was in Vegas.
She got a big head.
Big head. So I just wanted to give you a hat from Wide Open Hat Company. And I just got back from Vegas. I was there for 6 days. And to be honest with you, I can't remember what my questions were for Glenn. But one thing that that we talked about was you guys doing a mock free insurance review.
Oh, yeah. Bring the insurance and have it evaluated.
Right, because I'm pretty sure, I'm positive that Glenn does free insurance reviews. And what I think Glenn would agree and what I would agree on is that 90% of the time, what people think the coverages they have are actually not covering what they want. And I've been saying that we do free insurance reviews, but I haven't gotten very many from our listeners. And so I really think that if the listeners could actually see an insurance review or look at do something live,
Yeah.
I think they would be shocked. And I think he'd give us some incredible examples of when, what this is not going to cover and what you're going to need it to cover. So I know that was really important, something that we talked about
Yes.
last week, or not the week before last.
Yeah, and Lori, that can be done. We can put a tablet here. Somebody could put. I mean, I'm sure we could figure it out technology wise.
Yeah.
But I mean, literally per person, a minute.
Well, I can
1
bring
minute.
my insurance paperwork into you next week. You do a quick evaluation.
Yeah.
And if say one of our listeners wanted to do that evaluation, what would they do for you, Lori or Glenn? How would they get it? Email?
I would suggest that they probably submit it to the. Yeah, they can just email it to submit it to the show, and then we can do it right here.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, only because I think it's important that they email you guys and then let Glenn, because there is privacy things involved.
Sure.
Let Glenn, then, let them know that you're going to forward this to Glenn, and then, you guys kind of coordinate that, because like if they do it with me, there's a HIPAA thing with Biker Down. I don't need them to do it with me, but I'll be in Sturgis. But what I'm just saying is that then he can, really, we can go through like the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Sure.
And the person that's writing,
if they ever want to just call in and just go over it verbally, I mean, it's not that difficult. So
yeah, because I'll be honest with you, I've got 5 help requests here from when I came back. And, 2 Florida people, well, you don't have to have insurance in Florida. And, 2 of them got hit by drivers not driving with any coverage. It is just, we just keep saying it every week, how incredibly vitally important it is that you riders get the insurances that you need. And, it just saddens me every single time.
It's constant, Lori. Right?
Yeah.
It happened this morning for us.
We can't help you unless you guys help yourselves just a tad. You give up 1 Starbucks a month, give up 1 pizza delivery, 1 DoorDash.
Right.
And you can afford to have that UIM coverage. I also had a guy that was working for a bike instructor school out of Tampa. And the owner of the school asked him to test one of the bikes that was not working properly, and the clutch or something came out, really overreacted badly, flipped the bike on him and everything else. And then the gentleman that was asked to test the bike told him that it was his fault and he was unconscious and in an ambulance. The video camera that the schools normally keep so that their equipment stays safe has miraculously disappeared. But it brought up a really interesting point that I felt was when we send these people to endorsement classes, how do they know that the bikes that they're riding on and testing on are properly insured, and who's liable? So there's a good question for Glenn. If I'm taking an endorsement and there's a malfunction with the bike and I get severely injured, who's at fault and who do I sue? Hypothetically.
So it depends on the state, is the first part of that. It has to do with the concept of permissive use. And in terms for the insurance, there's 2 different things going on. There's liability question there, and there's an insurance coverage question. And so the first is always to make sure the coverage is there. And, the proper place, if you're ever going to do one of those rides, make sure to that your insurance will also cover you if you're going to ride someone else's motorcycle, right? And so, again, back to what you were saying, Lori, full coverage is not always full coverage. You got to know, my insurance covers XYZ. And so don't try to do it yourself. Just, consult a professional. Any good injury lawyer that focuses on motorcycle recovery can make that analysis. I can do it in 35 seconds per person.
But here was what my problem is first of all, that's probably a state certified instructor. So, kind of like when the Uber driver, you get hit by an Uber driver, they require you to have a certain level of insurance. Then it was like, okay, is he an MRF? And I'm not trying to throw these organizations that are training riders under the bus, but you get a motorcycle rider or a new rider that, okay, I'll take the endorsement, and they don't know to say, hey, what kind of coverages are on the bike and everything. Right. And then something happens. And it was just a really interesting legal issue and insurance issue and things like that of why having the insurance for yourself.
So Lori, was the person, I didn't get it all. Was the person doing a training course?
He was a 1099 instructor. I gave this to Matt at Matt Law. But Matt said there's nowhere to get anything. But anyway, he was a 1099 employee. The bike had been malfunctioning over several months. The owner was trying to fix it. He said, hey, get on the bike and let's test it. I've worked on it. Let's test it. And then it all went kafunkle. Kafunkle.
The Lori new word, kafunkle.
Yeah, kafunkle. It's a word. I play Scrabble.
I like it.
And that, he's obviously unconscious. And now the owner is denying that he told him to get on the bike and, saying it was his fault. And it just turned into a mess. But my point is that when you go to a class, find out what the coverages are. Again, you hate to say that, but we live
find out what your own coverage is too, to make sure that when you're riding your friend's bike or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right, too. So same kind of scenario, but there it's the issue there is going to be focused on what happened before that he got on that motorcycle, not all the comments and what happened when he was unconscious. That doesn't matter. It's all focused on what the guy knew or should have known is the issue. If he knew or should have known that the guy shouldn't have been riding it and he did disclose it, maybe there's some liability. It's a tough case for sure. I know Matt, it's probably saying that too.
You bring up a good point too, Lori, because I mean, I'm trying to grasp what you guys are talking about, but I'm thinking about like the Metro driving schools, right? On the same concept. 4 kids get into a Metro driving school car, what kind of, and they get into an accident. The kid in the back seat gets hurt.
I wrecked my driver's
or whatever. Does that insurance cover all of that?
It wasn't me.
Is it kind of the same thing?
Yeah, T-boned.
There's and again, there's basic. You pay for what you get in life, right? So, like, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a little while since I did driver's ed, but with those classes, you have to have coverage, and liability coverage is what all is required. Covers it in that situation. It would cover the passengers if the young driver was at fault.
With liability.
Yeah, but when there's, we all know there in Texas, for example, there's 2 numbers on the insurance policies, and the bigger number is if there's 2 people or 7 or 18.
Split?
Yeah, there's only going to be. So, like, if there's 3 kids or 2 other kids in the car, or that's 3, and if it's a $60,000 policy and each of them have $30,000 in medical, it's going to be upside down pretty quickly.
Wow.
Yeah. Now,
okay, so here's a question that people would find interesting. So I'm in the back seat or whatever, and I have uninsured.
I bet you are.
And I'm only 5'4". I'm very limber. So I'm in the back seat. So the parents have the kid taking the driver's class. He's got a permit, so therefore he should probably be insured. If he had underinsured motorist or uninsured motorist, and he was in the back seat of the car, and the driver that plowed into them or whatever had nothing, would they be able to use their UIM?
The question is, does your UIM coverage follow the person in another vehicle, which is what you're talking about indirectly here? For that kid, it would potentially apply for him and him only.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just some interesting concepts.
UIM is different for every state. For all the listeners out there, it's totally different. Some states you can stack it, some states you can't. Sometimes it's by the car only. In Texas, it usually travels with the person.
But this
Right.
is why I don't need to know. This is why I call you. I'm over here going, I don't know.
You just get
I'm going to call Glenn and he's going to help me through it.
You just
right,
gotta,
but you're going to call Glenn after it's happened. And
Right.
so I think one of the great things that what we're doing is call Glenn now. Knowledge is power. Get the insurance review and find out what you need, because yes, I mean, insurance companies are not our friend. They're going to find every way possible to try to not pay us.
You know what I could do is I could just get what I would consider a really good version of what's supposed to happen, an example of a coverage sheet, a declaration page, and just black out the person's name and the VIN numbers and all that, and just literally post it in the thing and say, everybody, make sure you have at least this coverage.
Okay, that'll work.
That's one way we could handle it.
Yeah,
and full coverage is a myth.
Because maybe some people want a little bit more. They'll just ask you and
more than willing.
The main thing too is don't be afraid to ask those hard questions. Don't be intimidated by an instructor or anybody out there. Know what your protection is. Don't be afraid to go to the instructor and say, "Hey, what kind of insurance coverage are you carrying?"
Because they can call you without having to get a consultation. I think that's what's intimidating for me is like, I just want to ask questions instead of looking it up. I get intimidated by just reading it online because I think sometimes it's like all BS and I want to hear it from somebody's voice.
It's so interesting, but I feel like I'm taking Lori's time here, but
that's okay.
I've studied this recently. There are too many lawyers and too many doctors and too many accountants who make stuff way too complicated. Okay. We know what we know, and you know what you're great at in your professions, and we know what we know, and we want to share that information and make it public knowledge to everyone so that it benefits everybody. And so please don't hesitate to do that. Inherently, there is a guilt associated or a hesitation to call a lawyer because maybe there's been a negative experience with a lawyer before, or they're thinking that it's just going to be about the money because of all the bullshit we see on television. And so I'm just saying, hey, man, we're regular guys and and women, and we're ready to hear it and serve, and just let us know how we can help.
Well, I got off I've said this many times, I got off the plane in Vegas and got in my ride. There was 23 billboards of personal injury accidents. And if that wasn't enough, there was 7 injured at the hotel. Call us, those are billboard lawyers, and like it or not, I mean, I'm not faulting anybody for having one or being out there, but when someone tells me in Arizona that they're calling M&M, and we all know who that is, I don't want to say their name. Those people are not in Arizona. You need people that can give you really good advice, that you don't call a plumber to fix your electrical,
That's right.
And vehicular personal injury is extremely different than motorcycle personal injury. And it just is. And it's the way witnesses will testify and what they will say to the cops, such as, well, that bike was going really fast. Well, my bike sounds really loud when I just turn it on. But you have to have a motorcycle attorney that is used to those types of answers and knows how to counteract those answers. And it's vitally important. So get your insurance review. Don't throw a leg over unless you know what kind of coverages you have. For women that are going to be heading to Sturgis, or you're at a bike night and you meet a guy, and I know he's great, but he's probably had 3 Coronas and a tequila back or a Modelo, hopping on the back at that particular moment is not wise.
Yep.
No.
I have a case like that right now in the ice house down in Houston, where somebody was, hey, come catch a ride. They pulled out and the driver was wasted.
Then you find out he's got no endorsement. He's got insurance. The driver took off, and it's just very, very bad. So, ladies, give him your number. Tell him to take you for a ride tomorrow. And don't be afraid to ask him if he has an endorsement. Don't be afraid to say, what kind of insurance do you have? I just want to make sure I'm protected.
You got what do you make? You got insurance.
What's your credit?
What do you make?
How do you afford a motorcycle?
I mean, like insurance.
kind of job do you have?
Yeah.
You live in
On
a-
a scale of 1 to 10 of what questions you could ask him that he probably doesn't want you to know, such as credit score and everything else, he'll be happy to show you his insurance.
I'll be like, oh baby, yeah, look at this insurance card.
These are
Like,
Pitbull's
woo!
dating. These are Pitbull's dating questions.
We're gonna pick it on the back of the
Uh, I want your
Okay.
gross annual income, not your net. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a helmet I can wear? What a concept.
I always-
Well, how about
do you-
what's your favorite Aussie song, huh? How about
Yeah,
that,
Oh, there you go.
right?
we'll have to get Todd to make us the biker dating song.
And if they
The
don't know
other
who
thing
Aussie
is-
is, forget them.
Obviously, we're getting ready to, many people from Texas are getting ready to head to Sturgis. I haven't had a lot of people take us up on the Biker Down membership. Really would love for all of you that don't have motorcycle towing, do not ruin your ride for all your other friends and then be broke down on the side of the road, because they're not going to wait for you. As soon as that tow truck comes, they're out of here. And
Right.
for $37.50 a year, you get 2 motorcycle tows up to $300. And it's a true motorcycle attorney. And when you're at Sturgis and you have a breakdown or something happens, you really don't want Bubba Towing to, no offense to Bubba, you don't want Bubba Towing, who's trying to make some extra money during Sturgis, to be towing your
He
baby.
drags your bike up on the flatbed.
Exactly. And I have plenty of pictures of those. Let's see. The other thing I'm doing, I wanted to first of all thank all of you from the 99 for donating to our 2 Wheels for Meals program. Glenn, you may not, I don't know if you know about this or not, but Biker Down started 2 Wheels for Meals during COVID. We tried to keep our biker bars going and take first responders food and nurses and people in nursing homes that were really working under challenging times. Last year at Sturgis, some of my community sponsors and stuff, we all got together, went to Subway, had grab and go meals, chips, cookies, and we took them to Rapid City Hospital. We took them to Sturgis Fire and EMS, and we took them to Deadwood EMS. Because of y'all's generous donations and my sponsors' commitments, we're now adding Memorial Hospital in downtown Sturgis. So we're doing 2 Wheels for Meals, and those people put in an awful lot of hours, and those are the first responders that pick us up off the ground and save our lives. So it's really something that Biker Down's incredibly proud of. Last but not least, and then we'll close it out so you guys don't run late, I had the privilege in Vegas after my wonderful hat shaping party to do 2 accident scene management classes in Las Vegas, and Fox 5 came out and took a really in-depth interview with some of the students on the benefits of taking the class, why they took the class. And it was just really an amazing weekend of people that were in the mindset of, we want to be there to help our fellow riders. So again, reiterating on what Glenn always says, take those accident scene management classes. They can kick in if you even come up on a regular accident. You're learning how to sustain a life or stabilize them until EMS can arrive. And it's amazing how many people don't know how to secure the scene or what information to get. And everybody plays a role, and you'll be much more unified and much more prepared if tragically there's an accident that you have to render that kind of proper first aid.
Well, thank you, Lori. You're 100% right. 100% right.
Thanks, Lori.
You're going to be up at
We need to
Sturgis
get
next week.
Pitbull and John to take an accident scene management class, and we'll highlight it. And I'll even fly in.
Can we drink there?
No,
Who's to say I haven't taken one already?
you haven't.
Maybe.
It's your birthday, girlfriend. You can get away with anything you want.
We'll get one going. We'll get one going. Yes, yes, we will.
But I do
Definitely.
think it would be really great. Again, Glenn, it would be great. Let's all come together in an accident scene management class, and let's really put together, let people see the things that, how to properly remove a helmet, how to roll a body, because you also learn in those classes what your role should be. So if you've got really bad knees and can't get down on the ground at the class, then you now know that's not your role in the event of an accident. So it's super important that everybody know what everybody's threshold is and what they can do. So God bless you guys. I will be coming not next week, but the week after that from Sturgis.
All right.
Love it.
And we will get that class and let you fly in, and we'll have a big class down here.
And I ride with the 99 as my son.
yeah.
We're gonna have it all ready.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Lori.
Thanks,
God
Lori.
bless
Stay
you
well.
guys. Talk soon. Ride safe.
All right. Hey, before we cut out for our next break, I think we got Johnny on. We got Johnny on with Motorcycle Mayhem out of New York.
So,
He's got a special little message. Oh, you want to stay on for a minute, Lori? Stay on for a minute, Lori. Oh, she bugged out. We got Johnny with Motorcycle Mayhem out of New York. Why don't you give a little special message to our pit bull? Come on. He's on. What's up, Johnny?
Pitbull!
he's in the damn car. You're not supposed to scream in the car.
I'm driving, sorry.
Driving, the steering wheel's going.
Well,
What's
I gotta
going
be
on?
my dashboard.
Hey, Cadillac?
I'm watching the road. I want to say happy birthday to Pitbull.
Thank you, baby. I love it. Thank
Can you
you.
hear
Put
me?
your hands on the wheel.
Happy birthday. They're on the wheel. What?
Oh my god.
Happy birthday, Pitbull.
Are you driving to go get
Now,
pizza?
I got you on my dashboard, so I'm not even looking at you guys.
Johnny, are you driving a truck? Are you driving a truck right now?
Look like a caddy.
See, now, if you get into an accident right now while you're on the
Yes.
show, the Lord, Glenn just got off. He's like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
No, I'm not. I'm not even looking at the phone. I'm looking at the road. The phone's on my dashboard. I'm not holding it. I'm not like that. No, it's on my dashboard. I'm good.
Good
I'm
marketing
on the road.
material.
I'm not with you guys.
What?
No.
What not to do?
Yeah, this is great marketing. I'm coming from Massachusetts, headed back to New York. I got no time to pull over, but I want to say happy birthday to Pitbull.
Baby, appreciate
Johnny,
it.
thank you for taking the time out for calling in. Safe travels. Stop at the next pretzel stop and get yourself something to eat on the 99. And
Absolutely.
hey, when can people tune
On the
into you?
99. What are you going to send me a credit card?
What?
I know. We don't got a budget. Don't put it on our tab. He's just
I got a
joking.
budget for a pretzel. I
He's
can
like,
pay
get
for
us get
$1
a pretzel on the 99. Are you going to send me your credit card or something? All right.
Yeah.
All right, good.
I owe you. Hey, Monday nights, 8 o'clock,
No.
Motorcycle Mayhem, every Monday night. And you can also see him on what
All
other
right, cool, man.
platforms you put on.
Everywhere. So we'll see you guys soon, right? Happy birthday, Pitbull.
Thank you.
All right, brother. See you in November.
You got it, man. I can't wait.
All right. Johnny Rizzo with Motorcycle Mayhem out of New York. Tune into his show every Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Man, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to bring in our guest from Texas Harley Davidson and the Tree Foundation, Micah and Brandon, right after this.
Good morning, Pitbull. I hear it's your birthday coming up. I just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday and let you know that we love you madly. 40 is nothing. 43 is nothing. Wait till you get to 60 and you're triple 20. So we love you. God bless. Have a great birthday, and just know that we're always thinking of you, and have fun.
Hey, good morning. On behalf of the Tattoo Mark Foundation, me, myself, Tattoo Mark, would like to wish the one and only Pitbull, aka Mrs. Claus, a happy birthday and many, many more to come. May God continue to bless you, sweetie, and everything you do for others. You are amazing, and keep doing what you're doing, because you know what? God is beside you 110%. Happy birthday again.
Howdy, Pitbull. This is Hobo with the Thin Blue Line Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club. Wishing you a very happy Pitbull birthday.
I was in an accident 12 months ago to the day. I was driving on southbound Santa Fe, and somebody did a suicide left in front of me, and I T-boned him at 45 miles an hour. From that point forward, I don't remember anything for the next 18 days because I was in a coma.
She broke 9 bones, lacerated my spleen, put me in the hospital for 21 days. I remember none of it.
Biker Down was founded in 2011 after riding several rides over the summer and seeing, tragically, my friends get injured. And I felt that there was a need missing in Denver and in Colorado for an organization that helped the biker community. As you may know, the bikers are one of the most charitable entities out there, and what we do is provide them a variety of services such as medical equipment, financial assistance if necessary, and a plethora of resources to help them stay afloat during the hardest time in their life, which is their recovery. My biggest hope is that I'll never get another phone call that a biker's gone down, but that's not realistic. So I think my true realistic dream is that we can help as many as we can help, because it is life-changing for them. Certainly donating and volunteering your time, and even if you can't do that, attend our events. Attend our event and get a $20 t-shirt for your $20. Those kind of things make a big difference in a small nonprofit like ours.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Arkangelski, CEO and co-founder of Break Free Technologies, and this is Break Free, a motorcycle helmet accessory that easily mounts to pretty much any motorcycle helmet out there, and it's the simplest way to improve your visibility day or night. Break Free's got a sensor array built into the unit itself, so there's nothing to mount to the motorcycle, there's no wiring, everything is inside the unit. It's got 100 ultra bright LED lights that light you up during the daytime and nighttime. Anytime you slow down, Break Free activates, no matter how. Engine braking, downshifting, regular braking, emergency braking. You slow down, it turns on. Break Free is a small company. We're only 4 co-founders and 1 employee at this point, and we're all passionate motorcycle enthusiasts. We love riding, and we've created this product for our community. We wanted to make sure that motorcycle riders are safe and seen out there on the roads. We saw a huge need for visibility, and that's why we've created this product.
Hey, welcome back to 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, where we're celebrating Pitbull's birthday. And I want to welcome our guests from Texas Harley Davidson, Micah Long.
The ambassador of fun.
The ambassador of fun, that's right. And Brandon Board with the Tree of North Texas. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Hey, thanks for having us on.
Anytime, one, on behalf of the 99% Radio Network, the Battling Betties, Pitbull, and myself, we want to thank Texas Harley Davidson for making those amazing donations for the Beers and Betties.
Tons of raffle prizes.
Yeah, the raffle prizes for roll call for our veterans brought in a lot of money, and you fed a lot of veterans. So thank you, Texas Harley Davidson. Thank you, Micah, for what you did, man.
It was absolutely our pleasure.
You guys are always stand up, man.
Yeah.
And as Texas Harley Davidson supports the community, we have to support Texas Harley Davidson, because without us, they can't keep providing for the community like they do. That you guys are always out there doing stuff. So we have to show support and come down to your bike nights, your band nights.
Well, it's kind of easy to go to their stuff because it's kind of fun.
It's a lot of fun. But we have to
on.
support as well, man. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street.
Thank you.
Now, Mike, you got some great events coming up, man.
Actually, this weekend we've got all week. It's called Rally Week at Texas Harley Davidson. We're raising money.
Come this way. Oh, pull the mic closer. Yeah.
So right now until the end of July, we are donating 10% of our profits from motor clothes to the Kerr Flood Foundation.
Oh, okay.
So we're trying to get people in here. So we got Rally Week going on. There is basically test rides every day.
Mm-hmm.
When you test ride something, you get a sling bag. While we have supplies, we got more on the way. There's up to 75% off select end of season motor clothes, 80% off of aftermarket parts. retail for trade on new 2025 motorcycles. And of course, there's all the disclaimers that go along with all of that. But the big thing is this Saturday, along with our Christmas in July event, we are doing a guess the code and win a large shopping spree of $10,000.
In-store shopping.
That's $10,000.
Guess the code.
That's two
Guess the code.
T-shirts.
Guess the code.
From Harley.
It's 6 digits. How hard can it be?
WNBC.
What you do, we have basically the way it goes, we have 300 slots, 300 chances to guess this code. So if you come in, you're going to immediately get one chance to guess. So you're going to guess the code, but there are going to be other ways to get multiple chances to guess the code. It's real simple. You guess the 6 digits, $10,000 is yours.
Ooh.
Dude. Yeah, it's nuts. But on top of that, we also have our
And
Christmas in
there's
July.
more.
But wait,
But
there's
wait,
more. The day is starting off in the morning at 10 o'clock in the morning when we have a toy ride style fundraiser for the Tree of North Texas. $10 gift card is the donation, how you get in on the ride. It's an hour and a half ride, and then you're coming back to the dealership. When you get back to the dealership, man, we got all kinds of fun happening. We got live music. We got a food truck. We got pies.
Did I see pie eating contest?
There's going to be some sort of pie eating competition, but for whatever reason, I don't have a lot of people stepping up to eat a bunch of pies.
Well, I think
I'll eat pie.
I love pie.
I'll eat pie.
This is going to be a precursor to the pie thing we're doing in September, so we're going to have to see.
It is. So, I mean,
We're going to have to see. We're going to have to
So
see.
you get your pie belly ready.
Yes.
That's it. I mean, this is the precursor to something that's bigger and better that's coming along. So
you want to know what the biggest thing that when I ask people if they want to eat some pie, you know what the biggest complaint is? I don't want to put my face in a pie. I've
But
always
they'll put
wanted
their
to shove my
face
face
in
in a
some
pie.
bar girl
Yeah,
in a
God.
pub at
Now-
2 a.m.
Now,
That's
is this
fine.
like hands behind the back the whole
I don't
bit?
care where you put your hands, but you can't use your hands. You just got to put your face in the pie
Now,
and eat.
what kind of pie is it going to be?
It's going to be whatever fresh blueberry or strawberry or whatever they have cherry at HEB
You're not
on
sharing
Thursday.
it. It's your own pie.
Well, in this pie
4.
process, he's been debating this pie process. We've been talking about what for like 3 months.
3 months.
We talked everything from like rhubarb just to see what people would do,
Rhubarb's really good.
and then we debated what's your favorite pie. Don't use that one because you know you never want to do it again.
Right.
I thought we
Right.
had an answer, but I guess it's
So-
still a,
It's
So
gonna
you-
gonna be whatever's fresh at
What-
HEB.
What's ever in front of you, you're going to eat. That's
Yeah.
it. This is Saturday.
Yeah.
This
Saturday.
Saturday.
This
What time?
Saturday.
At 2 p.m.
At 2 p.m. Okay. Oh, shit.
Pie eating
Christmas
contest.
in July.
Christmas
at
in July.
Texas
Christmas
Pie.
in July.
and there might be a white bearded feller.
Oh yeah.
hanging
So
out.
we
Yeah.
also
that
have
guy?
Summer
Who,
Santa.
homie?
No, we got
Oh,
Summer Santa coming, and I met him today. And let me tell you, if there was a dude that could pull off the Summer Santa, this is the guy.
Well, this is
Oh,
where
yeah.
Not
comes
only
in
is he
the-
ripped,
yeah.
he's got the most perfect yellow beard
it's
or
really-
white beard. I mean, it's just
it is years of
beautiful.
training that he has done.
A lot
it's
of
like
grooming on
Rip
that.
Van Winkle's little cousin.
Ooh,
It's amazing.
I like the
Very
reference.
cool. Very cool. Very cool. And they can bring the $10 gift cards that day. As
$10
well?
gift card. They're
So-
going to be donated to the Tree of North Texas, and that's
So you're
why I
saying
brought
gift card.
Brandon.
So it's not cash donations.
No,
either.
we
Gift
want
card
MasterCard
donations.
or Visa gift cards.
Okay.
Are there?
I mean, I am a nonprofit, so if you wanted to hand me
'Cause that can
pieces
go
of
to
paper with
something
dead
else.
presidents, we would be perfectly fine.
So
with
there's
that.
a way to they don't
Right.
have to. You're not going to turn away.
No, I mean, I don't know if you know how the nonprofit world works, but we don't
Just a
actually
little
like
bit.
money. If you bring it, we would prefer no. So we've got, we're actually wrapping up all kinds of cool stuff for the summer. The summer, whenever students get out of school, it's like our Super Bowl. For instance, we have Micah actually came out today. We have a kids camp. It's where we have underprivileged students that don't get to see some of the coolness that they may get to see, in other places. So today, Micah actually brought out a bike, and they got to climb all over it. And he's come out. This is his third time. It's a 3-week camp, 3 days a week. Tomorrow is our final day. He's come out each week, and we poll our kids to see who's their favorite. And so far, he is 2 of 3 weeks. However, I will tell you.
Well, usually when a guy brings a motorcycle,
Yeah.
you're gonna be the talk of the town, right?
I beat up a fire truck though.
He did. He
You
did.
beat out a fire.
He did do that.
Now
Now,
that says something.
now there is a rumor that tomorrow there's going to be a water cannon, but we have. I don't want to, set the bar too high.
What time is that?
There's no bar too high for Harley.
Yeah.
No.
So, but I will tell you. So a little bit about us.
Yeah, let's take one quick break,
Mhm.
and then let's get back into what the tree is all about. All right, we're gonna hear from play one of Pitbull's happy birthdays.
Just one of those. It's fine.
Ready? Let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Hi ho! I just wanted to tell you happy birthday and I love you. And I'll see you next week so we can eat some crabs. Okay? Love you. Bye.
Bitch. Hey, we are back. We are back, man. Hi ho! You know, that's how I'm going to start introducing you when we come out and say, hey, now, hey ho!
Hey ho!
Hey ho!
Hi-ho, hi-ho. Off to the studio I go.
Hey, we're back. We're back with Mike, along with Texas Harley Davidson, the ambassador of fun here at About Saturday's events, along with Brandon Board of the Tree of North Texas. Welcome back, guys. Brandon, I looked at that website, and what you guys do for the children of DFW is amazing. And I'm probably only scratching the surface on what you guys do.
So, first of all, I have to address two things. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
And two, Micah has the coolest title of anybody ever.
Ever.
And I've known Micah a long time, and I've known some other people that have been in his role. And whenever I would introduce people as to his title, they're like, "There's no way." And
that is legit.
This is legitimately
It's legit.
the ambassador of fun. So, and he is a fun guy. And like I said a little while ago, that he
Like
brought
a
his
mushroom.
bike out.
I grow on you.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm a fun guy. I'm like a mushroom.
You know, so now not saying you'll ever lose your job, but like when you go onto a resume and you go, he was the ambassador of fun. You gotta hire him. You gotta hire him. You know, Lockheed Martin. Oh, listen, Micah is the ambassador of fun. Hired. There we go.
Dude, what can I do at Lockheed Martin?
You be the ambassador of fun.
So I was an ambassador of fun,
Everybody
but
needs
in my former life, I was an EOD tech. So let's see, Lockheed Martin,
Or Bell
fun,
Helicopter.
and explosives. That sounds like fun.
I like explosives.
You can blow stuff up for just
Get paid
for
for
fun.
Exactly. See, and
That does
everyone's
sound
jealous of your title.
Sounds like a YouTube channel to me.
Oh, Brandon, once again, the Tree of North Texas.
And this is the real Brandon, not the picture we.
Yeah, I changed that.
It was cool. I'll be honest. My wife was like, "Who is this picture?" So we Googled my name. Come to find out, there's a very successful high school student named Brandon Board. He's a wrestler, and apparently he won state and then nationals or something. So I learned.
But I had to laugh because, I was like, well, we need his picture. And Sideshow's like, well, it was an investigator.
Well, I got the first couple of
and
pictures,
then,
and then
well,
I was
that's
like,
not the picture, Mr. Investigator.
This one was right next to him with other people without. I was like, all right, let's use this. I go, they look the same. It looks like he's just clean shaven. That's all.
Yeah. Well, whoever that guy is, he's been Googled a few times.
He has been. He's popular.
So.
I see.
Yeah. Right. It's okay. I only sent him that picture at like 11:30 last night.
11 o'clock last night.
I was like,
no,
who's?
it's okay. I text you back at like 3 a.m.
It's cool. I noticed that.
She texted me at 4:00 this morning. She's like,
you don't fuck
you
up.
got the wrong picture in there. I'm like, oh
Man,
shit.
maybe if you shave.
Right? See if you shaved. If you shaved.
It had a little doo-wop hair.
Well, that's the perk of being married. I'm not allowed to shave. So
Oh.
she's very like, you're too baby faced. So she saw a picture of me like in high school. So she's like, you can't ever do that again. And I was like, okay, deal. So she's never seen me clean shave. So if I look like that, she doesn't agree. So
She called that out really. That ain't you.
exactly.
All right. Back on let's get back on the tree. Let's get back on the tree.
Back on.
Like I said, there's so many levels of what the Tree of North Texas does. And the website just basically gives you an inside look, scratch of the surface. But you guys got what you're doing for our children is amazing.
Thank you.
Tell us a little about it.
So the word tree is actually an acronym. It stands for Teaching, Reaching, Educating, and Empowering. And we were founded September 1st of 22. My mother was a director of another nonprofit. So I was voluntold growing up. So I learned a lot of things. And I graduated from the Keller High School. Apparently, that's the thing you have to say now. Yeah, and
I live near Keller. It's a thing.
Because they're whatever. I graduated from Keller High School. There was.
Oh, you're one of them.
Yeah. So it's okay. I married somebody from Fossil Ridge, so we
It's
joke.
a suburb of Southlake. If you.
Is that like a Bloods?
Oh, it's the other. I love my wife to death, and she may or may not be listening.
Like platinum.
But she's from the other side of the tracks.
All right.
So
the bad girl.
Right. So my thing was I was like everybody else. I graduated. I was going away, never coming back. I went all the way to the University of Texas in Arlington, and then came back and I actually worked for my mother for almost 15 years.
We have like similar. I did the same thing. I tried to get far away from my parents. Went to KU. I was from Kansas, and then I worked as a dental assistant. My dad was a dentist.
And I tell people all the time, if you ever have the opportunity to work for your parents, don't. I learned everything I am from my mother, but my goodness, I can't tell you. We probably butted heads harder than anybody else.
My mom's probably watching. My mom bought a one-way ticket. She's been here about 5 weeks now.
Oh, really?
Hi, Mom. Love you.
My parents live less than 10 minutes from me, so at least there's an opportunity for yours. And they may or may not be watching and listening too. So
no, she always comes in, Mama watching.
Yeah.
Well, I got my father, Peter Colley, watching all the way from the UK.
Your father, he's younger than you. Shut up.
But he looks older than me. Well, welcome, Stitch. Stitch all the way from the UK, man. Thank you for tuning in, brother. I appreciate it. I know it's probably about 11 o'clock past your bedtime. But once again, back to the tree.
Eventually, we'll get
there. We're getting there. We're getting there. And we're at a root right now. We're growing.
And I will tell you, September 1st of 22. So we are almost to our third birthday. I've had relationships with Texas Harley and other groups for years through other organizations, and I will tell you that we have about 125,000 students that qualify for our services just in the 4 school districts that we partner with.
Wow.
Whenever you talk things
that
like
was 125,000
plus
that qualify doesn't mean you can.
That qualifies. Yes. If we have people out in the world that would love to help me find those $1 million people that write us checks, the more we get, the more we support. But we are looking at we're on pace for 25 to support about 1.9 to 2.1 million dollars in support services for the calendar year. We partner with some really cool places that are able to send volunteers and things like that. And with all of that, I have a killer staff of 3.5.
Oh.
And
who's the half?
The short person?
She's my assistant. She only works part-time. So.
Oh.
But
I was thinking it was like an 8-year-old.
Oh yeah, no. And you'd be surprised.
Yeah,
you'd be surprised how many people make answers up for that. Who's the half?
Who's the half one?
What half do you have?
Well, that's when I go into a restaurant and my kid, I'm like 4.5.
Yeah.
Half a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
hey, half price.
Yeah. So we have programs throughout the year. Our goal is to make sure that every student in Keller, Birdville, Fort Worth, and Northwest ISD, we can bridge the gap for.
Northwest ISD.
My wife is a teacher there. And
we're at
Justin Elementary.
We're at the new Carter.
Okay. I know exactly where that is.
Yeah.
So, but our goal is anything that is hindering the student in the classroom that's outside of their control, from educational support, nutritional. If you get one of the stories that I tell people, it makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. I had a second grader sleeping in a crib with his little brother because that was his only option.
I know.
So we have programs that I'm not about that life. You gotta rest to recharge and do those things.
Right.
So we partner with some other agencies, and we don't just bring you a mattress. You get an entire twin bed frame set, pillows, blankets, all of the fun stuff. So
see, the problem with that though is a lot of these kids, a lot of that stuff goes unnoticed because if you don't if the teachers don't find out or if they don't hear from somebody, the kid's never going to say anything.
Well, the parents are never going
to say anything.
They're worried about CPS coming after them.
Right. So it's not only. At least
you
got a bed.
As a single mom,
not really.
You get what you can do, but
you can only do what
worried.
you can do.
That's what I'm trying to say. You're worried because you can only provide what you can. I was a single mom for a long time, and so you can do what you can do, but you ask for help, there's that fine line.
Yeah, it's hard for some people to ask for help. That's why the tree is out there doing this. So many kids go hungry to school,
right?
Or they don't have dinner, and those meals are very important. So how does the tree find out about some of these things that the needs that these kids need?
So our goal is to have some kind of presence on every campus. A lot of the things that we work on are we want to go to the student, meaning, for instance, our camps and things like that this summer, it's in an apartment community where the students already live. We bring all of our programs on campus because we don't want them to struggle with transportation.
That's amazing.
Right.
I didn't know you did. That's a huge thing.
Right. And so we work with principals, counselors. Everybody knows this, but the school secretary really runs the show. And I'm married to a teacher, and she will agree with me that her school secretary is like the bee's knees. So whenever I use these numbers that I'm telling you, those are students that are registered. That doesn't account for, so one of our districts qualifies right about 85% of their school district for the free and reduced programs. That's only the students that have actually signed up. They usually they add about 6 to 8% because they're the students that didn't turn the paperwork back in, or like you said, they don't want you to know where those issues are, because you have a lot of folks that from the outside it looks fine, but especially when we're talking about beds and things like that, are you sleeping on the floor? Well, you don't want your friends to come over and things like that. So all of our programs are based on, if we had a table of 10 kids sitting in a lunchroom and we were supporting 4 of them, the other 6 have no idea.
No idea. Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's good with the confidentiality. It stops bullying,
right?
Because
It's kind of the same thing with the free lunch thing too. They kind of worked that a little bit. They've gotten a little bit better because some kids need that free lunch at school, but they don't want to make it obvious so the kids don't get bullied.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Now that it's gone, there's more of the digital programs, things like that. And see, so when I say things like the summer and when the students are out of school, those are our busy times because we have programs. We supplement weekend meals because when you're not at school, you don't get those free breakfast.
We were just talking about the holidays and summer, all that.
Right. So over Christmas this past year, because a lot of people don't take into consideration, there's a lot of organizations out there and we partner with them. They focus on Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving meals. Well, Thanksgiving week, they're away from the building 9 to 12 days, depending on how their schedule is. Yeah. And then at Christmas is 19 to 22 days, depending on how that works. So what we do is we come in and we supplement. Our goal is to have 2 snack items per day that they're away from campus. Because like I said, everybody focuses on the Christmas meals, the Thanksgiving meals. But what about Tuesday of that week?
Yeah, you don't need the turkey. I mean, you get leftovers, but
right. So we have snack pack programs where we send these items home over the weekend, and a regular pack has 5 items in it. The plan is 1 item Friday night, 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday, get you to breakfast on Monday. And we supply.
It breaks my heart when you really break it down and think about it, though. It really does.
And we, as a mom,
I mean, it does. Here I am, like I finally got to a point where I can provide to my kid a little bit, and you got all like, we're gonna do hot chocolate tonight. But some kids don't get that fun night, and that just breaks your heart.
Well, and the crazy thing about it is so we have requests for about 36,000 a week, and we're able right now. We were running about 17,000. So we're slightly over right about the halfway point. And luckily we have a great volunteer group. We have all of our snacks and things like that are delivered with our volunteer drivers. We have, great partnerships and things like that. However, it is the world that we live in. The need grows. Well, sometimes the funding doesn't.
I'm still amazed with the numbers. I'm actually shocked at those numbers. I would have never thought those numbers were that high.
I'm actually not
especially
that shocked.
In the DFW type of area.
That.
I would have never expected those numbers to be that high. And I'm sure most of our listening audience, and I'm sure people that are out there now are not even thinking that many kids are going in need.
I'm actually not that shocked.
I'm
not that shocked.
Really?
Well, you take into consideration that.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When you go through the system a little bit and you see how hard it is to get help because there is so many people ahead of you in front of it,
Wow.
I didn't get a lot of help because there's a lot of people in need before me. I mean, I don't need it now, but there's a lot of people that need it.
And we have other school districts all the time knocking on the door, asking us to come. And I would love to be in a position where I'm telling you, hey, we're going to cover all of DFW or whatever that means. The truth be told is we can't ever bite off more than we can chew. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the things that working for my mother, she instilled in me. Don't ever, I don't do gray area. I tell you, I'm very blunt and tell you those things because I'm never in a position to tell you what you want to hear. I got to tell you the truth because there are so many students that rely on so many different organizations that if you kind of blow smoke for lack of a better term, then your funding may dry up, and then you're in a whole different boat.
But
we have great people like Texas Harley who come in, and we partner with them almost. I see Micah more than I see a lot of people.
You just want to be around the ambassador of fun.
You're right.
It rubs off on
Does
you.
the tree have an ambassador of fun?
He is the ambassador.
You'd be the self-branded.
Put that on your business card.
Yeah, you know what? I will take. What is it? I will take that into advisement.
Yes, consideration.
The Hang program.
Yes.
Helping anyone needing guidance. Tell me a little bit about that.
So that is, you're not supposed to have favorites. It was my favorite up until this year because the summer camp, our kids camp it's a pilot program this year, but Hang it's in the middle school age. And if you've ever been around middle schoolers,
mine's going into 5th grade.
Then so you're almost to that point of your 5th grader.
Away?
Well,
military camp, yeah,
all of that, and he knows he's gonna know everything. And all of his friends are going to smell delightful, and they're so obedient and all those things. So what we do is,
and they think they're so cool.
Exactly.
They're
no idea. So what we do is we go into the middle schools and we bring in adult volunteers. And what it is it's literally the name. We put people at a table. Our goal is to do, like, for instance, I would be the student and Micah would be the volunteer, and it's one-on-one. And what we do is sometimes you have homework, you need a little bit of homework help. Sometimes you're falling behind these things. But a lot of the time what it is y'all are playing games and you're getting to know each other because our students may not go home to a single family. But what it is, mom and dad may be working opposite shifts. So older sibling is taking care of younger sibling.
Right.
And one of the coolest stories.
You're lucky if they have a sibling.
Exactly. But one of the coolest stories that I will never forget about Hang. So we partner with volunteers and we have students and adults. Well, we had this one adult that if you've ever heard a movie and God was narrated, I interviewed Mike on the phone. This is the voice. Like, I'm painting a picture. This is the voice that we're listening to.
In the old Garmin,
like Morgan Freeman type voice.
Yeah.
Country bumpkin version, like
of Morgan Freeman.
So it's a real deep booming voice, and it's in your head. You're picturing it's a 65-year-old guy who just got off the horse of the John Deere. He's coming in, belt buckle, all the things, and he walks through the door. He's like 24. Everything else fits. He's all the country bumpkin and everything. And so the student that we partnered him with was, his initials are KJ. So I call him KJ. KJ was the student who had different color fingernails every day. He had that long comb over. He was about as white as the lighting in here and all these things. And he was just a straight up jackwagon. He was in his teachers. He was always
Don't you knock
doing
my
stuff.
Gothic family.
No, that's not even the family that he was in. He was in a family of his own. And Valentine's Day, he showed up. He had hearts all over his body and things. But so by happenstance, Mike and KJ come together, and you will never guess, they bonded over Led Zeppelin.
All right.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh.
And Taylor Swift.
Ooh, no.
Wait.
I was all there until you said Taylor.
All right, wait.
I wish I was lying to you.
All right.
Don't knock on Tay-Tay.
I'm gonna knock on Tay-Tay.
We all like a little Tay-Tay.
No, we don't.
No. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know where to go.
Play.
How do you go from Led Zeppelin to Taylor Swift?
Right, but you're also talking a 13-year-old.
Are you cranking out on your bike when you're going down? Are you cranking Taylor Swift on your bike
yes,
when you're shooting down?
And Chapel Roan as well.
And I don't know what he was listening to, but he was jamming out something in his helmet when we were sitting when I was sitting behind him at a stoplight.
It was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool because now to find that bond with that child, that's pretty well rounded right there.
Sometimes they just need somebody to hang out with and talk to. And the cool thing about it was so at the end of the year, we kind of repolled all his teachers and stuff. And when we started, he was mid 50s average across his median average was like 56. He finished the year at 89. And he went from the student disrupting class to the student that was helping the teacher, kind of doing those things. And all it was he had somebody he could go. They built a really solid trust, and they did all these things. And he had somebody to confide in.
Now, is this something that the teachers get these students involved, or just the parent has to figure this out and get the student?
It's actually more through the counseling. So
people are gonna who needs to except I was a kid that didn't. I was. had my issues growing up, and I got they just shoved Ritalin down my throat, and that's not like what I needed. But like the program you're talking about, I wish that was something that I would have been access to, but I know maybe my parents might have not put me in it. Like, I'm trying to think, like, how easy is it for the kids to be able to find this? Because, like, I don't know. I just feel like I didn't have the access. It was more like just medicate. Let's, there might
back
be
then, that's what it was.
So like now, I mean, maybe I'm just completely blind on how this works.
Oh no,
now,
these are questions we get all the time. And now that I am the new ambassador of the dubbed ambassador of fun, one of the things that I've always prided myself on as over the years of doing this is I don't do boring, because nobody wants to do boring. Like summer camp, we have Mike brings bikes out because
motorcycles.
We don't want the students. We don't want the students to think they're in trouble and stuff like that. We want them to enjoy themselves. So when we go and we talk about hang to the counselors and the students and things like that, you pump
I didn't
it
like
up.
Authority, so that's why I'm like, how does a kid go to the counselor and ask for the help? Because I didn't want to,
And there's a lot of the teachers you know based because so our the hang program doesn't start till October, because that gives them about 6 weeks with the students to kind of see where we're at and things like that. And you get in there, and the first couple of days they're in there, they're very quiet, they're very reluctant, all these, and then as it grows, and especially it's hard because it's at the end of school, so our volunteers, our goal is to keep them every week, but obviously they have other commitments. So it's as you go through and you build these longer, where they're a month rather than every, once a month or whatever, those students get in there and they build those rapports. And my dad actually was a volunteer when we started this program, and he's a huge Mavericks fan. And so he had two boys that he partnered with. They got into Maverick stuff. So he would go to the Mavericks game and bring, like just the cheap accordion, like the paper slapping your hand, things that are on chairs. They had never seen one or anything like that. So he went and he brought them, and they would talk about, different things. And all you do is you're bringing them up to know that adults care about you. I may not know you from Adam, but once we have these conversations, they buy in these things, and it's really cool because you get to see the lights go off in their eyes, and I get the perk of all of the ability of I stand and I watch over the room, and I get to see everybody, versus our volunteers. You may only get the one that you're there, but you see that depth, and then you start to see these stories. And like KJ went from being a complete punk in the classroom to he's helping the teacher.
Misunderstood.
He needed somebody to talk to. And once you start doing that, you start blowing these things out. Now, I will tell you, there are some stories. And when you walk by, you're like, what? And my volunteers are usually like, because we train them, they know what to listen for, things that we need to pay attention to.
You can't be an iron fist when the kids are opening up, because then they won't continue to open
exactly
up.
And they're trained to listen for certain things. If there's certain things need to be elevated, like, hey, we need to pay attention to this, but the majority of it is just I need somebody to hang out with, because my home life is crazy, and there
might not be a dad figure at home until you're there, or mom figure, and then there's a female there. It's just like you can tell, because it's like a kid that has a crush, when they're with another kid.
Right.
They're like,
yeah.
So when there's an adult, they'll be like, so.
They'll
kind of.
My grandson is at that age right now.
My son jumps on
and
Springer.
when he's hanging with the adults, he's like the he wants to be the tough kid. But too many of our kids are sitting on the couch, focused on their Game Boys, on the internet, on their phones.
That's an easy babysitter.
It's an easy babysitter. Especially after COVID, a lot of these kids, their direction is no friends, no nothing. So they're losing that common bond within each other, that communication skills.
Right.
So once they get to when they get to finally talk to an adult, it's probably refreshing for them.
And the thing about it is everybody remembers COVID, because now the way that our lives were, back in the day, you had pre 9/11, post 9/11. That's how everybody lived their life. Well, now it's pre-COVID, post-COVID, and all these students that are now in the middle school and lower high school age, they were the ones that were in first, second, third grade, and so they missed out on a lot of that. That how to be in a classroom. And that's actually whenever we started developing Hang, we interviewed admin, we interviewed superintendents. We wanted to know, we're new. What do you need? It's not about, and we're not going to tell you what we're doing. And that was that social and emotional lack of, they missed a step. And so now they've been trying to play catch up and stuff like that. So that's where the Hang program really actually started. because you had a seventh grader who thinks he knows everything, but he missed out on potentially part of his third grade and all of his fourth grade years, depending on,
I can imagine.
And those are prime years of development,
right?
You know,
social skills, all the
everything.
things.
You know, my daughter's a teacher in the DFW area, and she sees it too, man. She teaches
my
fourth
daughter-in-law's
grade
in Keller
and
area.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough
Stepdaughter?
go around.
Daughter-in-law?
How it breaks. I don't know if well, this is probably not in her school district, but you guys are expanding, right? You're trying to, if you get that other half a person,
or that $10 million. If Jerry Jones is listening, I know we talked about not taking cash on Saturday.
Yeah. No, well, here's a big thing.
Jerry don't even want to pay Micah. You think he wants to pay you?
Just saying.
Well, I mean, here's a big thing. The cost to run, to go through the school year. Let's look at that. Break that down. You're all volunteers, so no one's getting paid. Right?
So there are three paid. There are three
paid
paid in the admin, and then we do have a resale shop that is.
Oh yes,
yeah, right, and
That's
they're paid to facilitate that.
Okay,
yeah,
but I mean the programs that you're running, what's like? How could people help, and what would cover school district? What are the financial needs?
So. That's a very loaded question, and only said
because, I didn't.
Yeah,
I was trying to figure out how to word.
Well, it's and that's you're not the first person to ask that question. So we have 4 school districts that are completely different in their own way. The Fort Worth ISD is massive, and they have different things that Northwest that's growing and all of these things. So what we do is and I have funders that ask that all the time. So in order to supply all of the needs that are that we are supplying, so that's below our request. We average about $500,000 in need per district per school year.
Wow.
Right. And that is our in kind. That's basically our whole budget for District A. District B is going to be give or take a little bit more, a little bit less, just depending on what it is.
Okay.
That's where I'm saying we're going to have about right around the $2 million mark for our third year, which will be 2025.
To cover just the 4 districts.
Yes.
Just to cover the 4 districts.
Sounds like the Hunger
and
Games.
you think about it, there are probably so many other school districts throughout the state of Texas that are battling these issues.
Every school district.
And especially the one that we're currently sitting in.
Doing
because we're sitting in it. We're sitting in the HEB district, so that's totally
We're sitting in an HEB district.
I'm
thinking the grocery store. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, they're building one here somewhere supposedly, but
yeah. Now, and I'm sure you've only been in existence about 3 years.
September 1st of 22 was our official start date.
And now you can track these kids.
Yes.
And see how they perform as they go out throughout the grades and get into high school and see that you are making a huge difference in a child's life. And I know I had Hobo on here with the Thin Blue Line LAMC just before. He works for one of the school districts up in Garland.
Okay.
He's one of the SROs. And Spokes for Hope, another nonprofit around here, donated 15 bicycles.
We've partnered with them.
With Spokes for Hope. And what they did was they said, if you're great, I mean, I don't know too much about it. I think it's a level 1 or a level D school. It's just
gotta get good grades.
They gotta get
good things.
right. Yeah, they were a lower end school, and the kids were not passing the STAR exams. They weren't passing this. So he brought this program in with Spokes for Hope, and they said, well, if you bring up your grades, gave them a little ambition, and said, you'll get a bike.
They had no incentive.
You'll get a bike.
Like.
Well, that's just it. They didn't have any incentive. Now they saw those kids' grades go from D's to B's.
And a bike is so cheap.
And just for a bike.
Semi-cheap, considering what it is.
But when you think about the incentive, like you just said,
you give a kid a bike,
some of these kids aren't getting the motivation or the incentive or the praise by the pats on the back by their parents, because their parents are working 2 jobs or just trying to make ends meet. They don't have time for the kids, So that's why it's so important for everybody who's listening to go onto the website, donate, because every dollar counts. Every kid deserves this, and they're not funded by any government agency. The school districts aren't funding them. They're going out for private sponsorships and funding, correct?
Right. We are 100% independent. So every dollar that comes in our front door or a resale shop or any of these or our golf tournaments, things like that, it all goes directly back to the students that we support. And the big reason behind that is no matter what the home situation is, it's not the student's fault. No matter what, whether we've fallen on hard times or we were a one income household and maybe mom or dad lost their income, whatever it is, the student, our goal is we want, because statistically, if you graduate high school, your success rate is so much higher than if you don't. So my goal and our team, we want every student that we can to get that high school diploma. And we will start with you in kindergarten. KJ's walking he's getting ready to start his junior in high school. And I will tell you, there's nothing more excitingly frustrating when walking into a high school. And he's goofy because he's comfortable now.
Yeah.
But you pull him aside, hey man, how are grades? And he's like, I got this. Because his confidence is so high.
Right.
Yeah. So
and that's huge.
Yes.
To build a kid's confidence. You got to build a kid's confidence.
So, and I cannot wait until this time next year when he's going into his senior year, because we joke and we have a really cool relationship because I saw him at the beginning and he is the poster child for the Tree of North Texas because he was in that first class. And we follow a bunch of them. A couple of them have moved away, things like that. But he's dedicated. He recently told me his goal is to go to Rice University. And if you know anything about Rice University, it's not for everybody. So
Mike is looking it up right now.
Right. It's one of those schools. No, it's in Houston. It's one of those schools that you only go to it because you can get into it. And
you only go to Houston unless you have to.
Well, think about the ambition then.
Right.
I mean, look what you guys did. You motivated the child through programming that should already be supplied to them by the schools. But you guys motivated the child that, no child left behind. You're not leaving any children left behind.
That is our ultimate goal.
And that's great, Volunteers. Now, you said you have 3.5.
So it takes about 80 volunteers a week for us to be completely successful and get everything done. We have volunteer opportunities 364 days a year. I do take Christmas Day off, which is funny because my birthday is Christmas Eve. And this last year, everybody's like, so are you working on your birthday?
Oh, man.
Normally I don't, but there was something that popped up. So we had an event in the middle of the day for a couple of hours. But one of the things is, and I tell people, if you're interested in volunteering, there are opportunities everywhere. I would love for you to come volunteer with us, but go find what gets you out of bed in the morning.
Right.
If you are excited about working in a church, go find a church to do it. If you're excited to come work with us and students and you want to see that, awesome. If you want to, and we have different ways to do that. You don't have to support a student in front of a student. Come volunteer in our food pantry. Come volunteer in our office, because though it's the behind the scenes things that really keep us going. If you want to come to one of our programs, come check out one of our programs. Don't lie to me. Don't come because you feel like you have to. Be honest with me. If you come and it's not for you, I got something else. I have 300 different options. Come hang out at Texas Harley. They let us use part of their warehouse. We have pallets.
Your next bike mechanic or next bike builder will be out of there.
And right. And I have a 4.5-year-old that's going on 30, and he walks through he comes with me every once in a while, and he's like, he knows the guys. He's like one of the Texas rich.
He's a cool guy now.
He walks in, he's fist bumping people, and they all like, hey, it's your mini me and all this, and we do. He owns the joint. But there's those things. So we have a lot of opportunities because we have parents that are like, what can our kids come? Absolutely. Our only rule is if you're under 14, you have to be with an adult just because for liability reasons.
Under 18,
but 15 and older, we have volunteers all the time. Anything from, we can even send stuff home with you. We call it homework, where the snack packs that I talked about, you just come pick it all up. You do it at your on your kitchen table or whatnot, because we have a lot of
bagging stuff.
Right. It's basically, it's a Ziploc bag with 5 items you stick in there, because we have a lot of students that have other things, sports, but they need volunteer hours for that. Well, you're dog tired. Come sit at your kitchen table. We'll load you up. And then you just bring it back, and we give you so many hours per bag,
Oh,
or
very
I'm
cool.
sorry, so many bags per hour. So we have like I said, my big thing is I don't want you to be bored. So I want you to come and I want you to enjoy your experience, and I want you to tell your friends about it, because the easiest way to advertise is a good experience. And so you get to talk about it and all that fun stuff. Plus, you do get to, we're super laid back and super goofy, and we throw.
And maybe one day you'll have the ambassador of fun title.
I think he's already got it.
Yeah.
Just unofficially.
Tell me before we run out of time. Tell me about the resale shop. How does that work? Is it donations, or like how does that resale the second op resale shop work?
So it is 100% supported by donations. Everything that is donated. So we are able to take everything that you can donate, with the exception of three items. We can't do mattress and box springs that are used, only because I'm gonna be honest, people are gross.
Nobody should.
Yeah.
But the main reason behind that is because the state of Texas, there's cleanliness rules that you have to do, and there's a solution that you have to buy. It's very expensive.
Well, just don't be gross. That's just weird. Don't
Pretty
do
much.
that.
There, you know what?
Sorry.
We're being honest. And then we can't take flammable fluids, obviously, just safety, things like that. But we have, the team over there does a great job. I'm a big advocate of, we are not a thrift store. We are a resale shop.
Right.
Your leftover garage sales shit. You're not.
Don't dump out your junk in my park.
And I say that because on the resale or on the nonprofit side, coming up with my mother, I ran the resale side, and I am a huge advocate for 3 no's. I don't dig, I don't stink, and I don't like dirty. And because if you walk into some, it's like a musty smell. We pride ourselves. We have, so out of our resale shop, two of our programs happen. We clothing support for our students. So what we do is they get a voucher, they come in, it's the equivalent of a gift certificate. They get to do all the shopping. I don't tell you, I'm not you. I don't know what you want to wear. I don't ask. I don't do that. So they come in, they get X amount of tops, X amount of bottoms. If they need shoes, they get that. They get to shop for all their stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And all of that. And then our other side is so we work with some of the districts. So the special education departments, the students get on the job training. So they actually come to us and they volunteer with us, and we get to hang out with them. They learn different tasks and stuff like that, so that as they grow and they get older, they're able to potentially join the workforce, but have a little experience. So we do that. But if you walk in our store, I joke, it's anything you will ever imagine. And if I don't have it, I just sold it or it's coming tomorrow, because it's clothing, kitchen, furniture. And then the big thing with resale is a lot of people think it's all used. I'll be honest, 30% of our store is brand new.
I'm kind of this might be kind of random, but I know a lot of girls need like prom dresses and homecoming dresses. You got that stuff too?
Not currently, it's in
but
storage,
you will
but
when the time comes.
right.
I mean, obviously it's not the season,
right.
But
so
that's
they usually start
important.
coming out right after the Christmas holiday, stuff like that, because not only do you have those prom dresses, but you also have when your team banquets and things like that are. And so we work with the schools, and they'll send us over.
Because to buy an outfit for your kid, that's
right.
I mean, these days, God, I'm not spending $400 on one outfit for my kid. I'm just not. We're going TJ Maxx.
My sister, my sister got married a couple of June. Her wedding day was June 1st, and I heard through the grapevine what her dress cost, and I almost fell over
because it's only going to sit there. It's going to sit there until the next wedding.
Oh my gosh! And people.
Have you heard of a quinceañera dress yet, bud?
Oh, that's the most.
No, I have a
one.
boy.
I have one. Yeah, I have a boy, but my gosh, but just the prom dresses and all that stuff. I mean, that's
Let me just
thousands of
I'm
dollars.
going to
I'm
give
like,
out the address real quick.
Definitely.
You're
I want to
going
give out
to
the
the
address
sundress.
for the second op resale shop. It's at 4398 Western Center Boulevard, Unit A in Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm heading to that area after
What
the show.
are the times that shop is open?
So it is Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And our big landmarks, if you're familiar with that area, we're between McDonald's, in front of Albertsons, and next to the Quick Car, because everybody's.
What's the closest bar? Because I don't know where you're talking about.
There's a
Boomer
Mexican
Jack's?
restaurant right there. Los
I know
Modelojetes
Boomer Jack's is on
restaurant.
Western Center.
Yeah. There's a Mexican restaurant
There's
in
like
our
a
parking lot.
Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah, you're from where you're talking about.
That's where I'm talking
We're
about.
about 8 blocks from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah. So
west or east?
Due east.
Now,
East.
now Texas Harley jumped on board with
Yes, sir.
with the tree of North Texas. I almost said foundation organization. The Texas Harley Days is supporting them. What do you guys do? Do some of the people at your job at Texas Harley Davidson volunteer their time? Do they? What do they?
So far, what we've mainly done is because we have such a large building, we've allowed them to use our upstairs storage area to store some of their stuff as they're
Awesome.
bringing it in and shipping it out to the appropriate
You have
areas.
a lot of open space up there.
I volunteer.
Not currently,
That's kind of my
'cause it's
job.
I saw some pictures of you online with the bike.
Yeah,
I saw some pictures of you online. That's so cool.
That was a blast. This is the third week in a row I've gone out there and talked to the kids. It's the third week in a row I've seen some of those kids, and they are wonderful. There was at least 3 or 4 future riders right there.
All right.
He had to literally help one of the girls off this morning because I'm pretty sure she'd still be sitting on
She
the back.
would have stayed on for sure.
But that's so cool, man.
That a
That's,
girl.
that's great. And when someone works with children, it uplifts that person. Who knows what they're going through as an adult.
Yeah.
They
I was
may
one
be-
of those kids too, man. I was underprivileged, so I absolutely volunteer.
Giving back is it not only helps a child, it's a twofold thing. It helps your mental health, helps your stress factor, makes you a better person, and it's an all around good thing to do. For a child that may not have the means to do it on his own.
And the cool thing about like partnering with Texas Harley and some of the other groups that we do is the students, they get to see the real world. Whereas like when I was growing up, it was you graduate high school, you go to college. That was it. And I will tell you that I am
toga.
And then that happened.
I am the third of three of three. I have an older sister and an older brother. One of the 3 of us has a college degree, and she lets us know it all the time. Because so what you get to see is you get like our program that we've had out there is we've had other people come and they get to see stuff and they get to realize that college may not be for everybody.
Right.
And anymore, like I don't know if you know who Mike Rowe is.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of his.
Dude, trade school is just as good,
knew
if not
then
better.
What I know now,
I
I
wouldn't have wasted
probably
4
wouldn't be
years
doing this.
and an art degree at Kansas University. That was fantastic.
Yeah, but no, Micro has dirty jobs. That's what builds America. It's what keeps America going, and that's what you need.
And if you knew what they make,
yeah,
because as my wife's
Plenty of
favorite
money.
phrase, we pay for convenience.
Not as much as the ambassador of fun over here.
So
I pay for convenience. I get my groceries delivered.
exactly, but somebody's got to do it, and
Yeah, and I
you'd be surprised how much how much people that drive trash trucks make these days. Because the jobs that people don't quote unquote want to do,
right?
You can make 6 figures. And
Easy.
And if you notice, a lot of trash
And you
truck
don't really
now,
have to
they just
deal
push a
with
button.
people.
I personally would love to drive a trash truck.
I would
Anybody
do it.
out there want to let me volunteer?
I would do it.
I'll take your shift for the day.
I work for Republic,
do
so I'll
it.
bring you over.
Let's go.
Put my earbuds in. Just not have to deal.
Well, guys, I want to thank Texas Harley Davidson, and I want to thank the Tree of North Texas for your community support and everything you do within your community and for our children. It goes without saying that no child left behind. You are saving and making a difference in so many different lives. For Texas Harley Davidson, man, you're always giving back to the community, and that's why we need to support Texas Harley Davidson, because if they're supporting the community, we need to support them. We support businesses that support others. It's easy to write a check as a corporate person, but being out with boots on the ground like what Micah does, going out there, man, no check. No, that's worth so much more than a check.
Yeah.
Sitting behind a desk saying, here's $50.
Well, we don't
Get
do
out
it
there
for
and
the
do
money.
something else, man.
I am available for office parties. So you need
I
some
don't think
entertainment.
anybody at this table is doing it for the money.
No.
Wait, hold on. What is money?
I don't know.
Gift cards.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
know.
So no money. You can give this weekend, Saturday, go to Texas Harley Davidson, $10 gift cards, MasterCard, Visa, any kind of thing.
10,
15,
20,000,
right,
whatever
it is,
you want to
whatever you can afford. Go there. Texas Harley Davidson this weekend. Drop off the gift card. Everything is going to go to the Tree of North Texas. They're going to also pick the code.
You got the unlock the guess the code to win $10,000 shopping spree, which can't be used towards a new motorcycle.
But this is also going at not just Texas Harley. I saw that
it's at
the code
all
also at the
6 of
Texoma
our
one. Yes.
dealerships. So
I'll be at the
Harley Davidson
Texoma
of Waco, Texoma, Roughneck, Lumberjack, and
Yes.
Texarkana all have the crack the code this weekend.
Yes, because I saw that they're having the pinup competition where I'm going to be at, and that going on at the Texoma one.
So we're trying to give out $60,000 this weekend. So if y'all aren't busy,
you're trying. We'll make it easy on you. We'll make it. We'll come there and crack the code.
So you see Micah in the tree at Texas Harley, or you can see me at the Texoma one at the pinup contest where I'll be hosting and emceeing up there.
Or you can come out to the Jarhead Jam,
Or
the 7th
the
annual
Jarhead
Jarhead Jam at Thunder Road Cycles, and give back to the kids, fill in the backpacks and bring it, and fill up the 2-ton military truck with school supplies. So we're all giving back to the kids in some way, somehow
I'm
this
just
weekend.
on a stage
That's what
looking
that's what it's all about. Yeah, she's gonna look pretty.
That's giving back to
That's giving back to the community.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, man. We'll be back with Ageless Men. We're going from, and I'm gonna say Harleys to hard-ons. We're gonna make it all right.
I was going to say sticks.
Making people blush over there. We'll be back after this.
My name is Carol Saint, and I ride with 99.
Hey, I'm Homie, and I ride on the 99. You can watch it every Wednesday, 99% Radio.
Hello, beautiful people. I am Chaz. I ride with 99, baby. Woo! 99% Radio every Wednesday. Stay tuned. Woo! Y'all be fantastic. Where?
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story, and your voice.
We've solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case dealing with the pain level that people go through and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere, at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case so that you know that you have a lifelong partner. Not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Dad.
That was us over 10 years ago.
Now, LifeVac is responsible for saving over 2,000 lives from choking.
We started this company in our garage, just hoping to make a difference, because over 5,000 lives are needlessly lost each year to choking incidents.
Help LifeVac on our mission to save lives.
In the time it takes you to pick up the phone and call, another life could be saved.
LifeVac's patented design creates a one-way suction to remove food or objects obstructing airways. All you have to do is place, push, and pull. And just like that, LifeVac can save a life from choking.
Quite frankly, I thought I was going to die. The LifeVac saved my life in 1-2 seconds.
Get your very own LifeVac now and get 20% off. Visit lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac.
As my personal promise to you, if you order a LifeVac and have to use it, LifeVac will replace it free.
LifeVac works on adults, teens, or toddlers and can be ready in seconds and last a lifetime, guaranteed.
Best of all, you can even use a life hack on yourself, the elderly, physically impaired, or those that other methods may not be possible or are dangerous. In the event of a choking emergency, you could save a life, even your own.
Thank you, Daddy.
Life is precious and time matters.
Choking can happen anywhere. Help us put a life hack in every home, school, restaurant, car, office, everywhere.
Protecting families has always been our mission. I'm sure you love your family like I love my daughter. Do us all a favor and get your own life back now.
LifeVac saves lives. Order one for your home, the office. It also makes a great gift. Use promo code Jackie and save 20%. Don't wait another minute. A life might depend on it. Go to lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac. That's lifevac.net or 877-LifeVac. Order now.
Smell that barbecue from here. Lone Star Cuisine, the ultimate food truck for all your upcoming events. Randall Thompson takes pride in all his food. Give him a call. Book today. 817-500-1033. Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. Man, that was an amazing interview with Micah Long with Texas Harley Davidson and Brandon Board with the Tree of North Texas. Man, it gave me goosebumps to know that there's an organization out there that is really going above and beyond for our children.
Well, I know of a couple.
Huh?
I know of another one over there that does all the things for the kids.
That's Tattoo Mark is gonna, and we're gonna get into that. But first, I want to introduce. We're talking about Harleys, and we're going to talk about something that may get some guys a little squirmish when we talk about low T, right? It's something that's naturally happens in the body as either you get older or it's, it could be, there's so many different things that can affect your testosterone levels, which in turn could put you in depression. There's so many different side effects of low T. And I want to introduce Karen Hoffman with Ageless Men of Bedford, Texas. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, happy to have you here. It's a tough subject for a lot of guys to grasp onto, or they just don't want to talk about it. They just want to kind of sweep it on the rug type of thing. But so many battle this issue each and every day.
Well, and part of the issue, a lot of times guys don't know that's what the problem is, right? So they will have memory loss. They'll have depression, lack of energy. They'll start gaining weight in, places that they didn't have it before. They'll start having weakness at the gym or not being able to recover from a workout. And so they just kind of dismiss it as, oh, I'm getting older. It's fine. This is part of life. But not all the symptoms of low testosterone occur in the bedroom. So,
right. Like I said, they have a lot of other side effects.
Absolutely.
Now, Chance behind the board over there, young guy over there is going, I got no problems with low T, but you never know. But I know we've had conversations at Texas Harley.
Yes,
actually.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about, even though your testosterone levels are within normal ranges,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that is not good enough. Right.
So when I work with a client or with a patient, I always talk to them about there's normal and then there's therapeutic. So a normal range for your age is based on studies that were done, in the early 1900s. Testosterone wasn't really a well-studied drug. And so there wasn't a lot of information about it. Actually, one of the earliest applications of using testosterone was treating breast cancer in women. The thought was if they could masculinize the breast, it would decrease the risk of the cancer coming back.
They did think that.
Yeah. So testosterone has been used, been around obviously a long time. The uses have been varied. The other issue with testosterone is it's always kind of gotten a reputation as being a drug of abuse, right? So athletes abuse it, kids abuse it in the locker room, they're getting it online, maybe, going to Mexico and getting it. So it really has gotten kind of a bad rap, and people just don't realize how therapeutic it can be to have your testosterone levels optimized. And
At a higher
sometimes that means above normal. And so we're trying to optimize it and make you feel great.
Now let me ask some above normal, like steroids. You could end up OD on steroids, taking too much.
Yep.
Could that happen? Same with testosterone. Can you OD on testosterone, or is too high too high?
Absolutely. You can, especially for patients that are taking it and are not managed. So some of the side effects of elevated testosterone can be an elevation in your hemoglobin, which is basically kind of the sticky part of the blood. So that can increase your risk of heart attack and stroke because it increases your risk of blood clots. You can actually have an elevation in your estrogen. So all men need estrogen, just like all women need testosterone. But when it gets too high, it can get you in trouble. And so we monitor all of those things. We make sure that we're monitoring your prostate, making sure that there's no abnormal cell growth there. Testosterone does not cause cancer. I want to make sure that that's very clear. But
because it's a natural producing thing in your body, right?
Absolutely. And so it's kind of funny, but cancers in men, especially prostate cancer, that's one we hear about, guys get nervous about, obviously. That's actually an estrogen hungry cancer. And so if your estrogen level is high and you have these cancer cells in your prostate, the estrogen will feed it and the cancer will grow quicker. The testosterone does not cause that, and the testosterone is not the issue, it's the estrogen. So we work really hard to make sure that we keep all of your hormones in balance. And we're also primary care. So if you have diabetes or high blood pressure, you're just not feeling well, come by the clinic and, we'll work with you and get you whatever help we can.
Is it true or not that testosterone can make men more angry?
So generally the association with mood is more of moodiness versus aggression. Men that abuse testosterone or take too much of it, again, more often than not, that aggression is because of estrogen. So I always tell guys, if you're concerned about your estrogen or you want to know what estrogen symptoms are, think of any woman you've ever known that had PMS. You're bloated, your nipples are tender, you don't feel good.
So just walk up to the guy and be like, you'll know.
And
if he flinches,
leave me alone. Yeah. And then they cry, and then you know that their estrogen is too high.
Then they eat a gallon of ice cream.
Gallon of ice cream, absolutely.
But
we just started a whole new TikTok trend. There's girls
that
with
question,
their nipples at the bar.
that question you just said about anger issues or
Well, because my experience, I've been doing I'm not saying mine, but I've noticed also like friends of mine, they're men, things like that. It seems like when they would go to get those shots, like the week after, maybe they were like, I don't know.
I think
it seemed a little more irritated.
What I bring it to is some of the football players back in the 80s. They mixed testosterone with steroid use, and their bodies was just so out of balance because one, they weren't doing it under really a doctor's
care.
They
can't regulate
They
themselves.
were shooting They were shooting this stuff up in the gym locker room, not really dosing correctly.
Right. Well, and they were probably using too much. There's different kinds of testosterone. There's propionate, there's cypionate, there's mixes of testosterone. Some testosterone is animal-based versus plant-based. So our testosterone is plant-based. So it's very clean, which helps to limit some of the side effects.
See, another good thing the plants do, right?
Right.
When we talked about hemp and hounds, with Billy Bull. Billy Bull, all natural. The plants, plants were put here for a reason to help us heal.
Right. And so, like I said, the most important thing that we can do as providers is help to, number one, answer questions, educate our patients, but help prevent complications. And it's fairly easy to do by monitoring the patients, talking to them, doing lab work, asking how you're feeling. And you don't get that when even if you're ordering it legally from, an online company, right? You're not getting that personal touch. You're not getting that, hey, things look a little different than they did last week, or how are you sleeping? Like, those are questions that need to be asked in order to make sure that you're doing this safely. And you don't always get that if you're not having an actual person.
What did you think, is your young, the average young guy, when do they think they should start going and at least getting I don't know. I'm not a man.
Yeah. Honestly, I've had patients as young as 22 years old.
That's what I was kind of thinking, early 20s to kind of be ahead of it.
So there's a cutoff. We have a protocol, and that's
Chance.
the other thing. That's the other thing I love.
It's like I worked just
He's over
fine.
there
It works
giggling.
just fine.
But it's not just
It wasn't
about
me,
like
it
it's not about just erectile
Right,
thing.
right,
It's not
exactly.
about not getting it up, y'all. I mean,
Right,
those are some things,
Right.
but there's other reasons why you do this. It's
Yeah.
not just sexual.
Well,
I
and there are a lot of
Chance.
Right. There's a lot of theories that float around now about all the steroids that are in the foods we eat, and so that is having an impact on
I actually
the steroids
didn't even know that was a thing.
Yep. And so the steroids that we eat in food, like especially in animal
Oh, I
products.
guess I did. Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah.
So what is that doing to us internally, and what messages is that? How is that affecting our hormones? So if you look at the average, I always tell people, if you look at the average high school age, 18-year-old dude, when I was in high school, to meet somebody that was 6 foot tall was insane.
Mhm.
And
Right.
I'm really old. I'm going to be
It
57
was
in a
like
few
one
weeks.
in like
But
every 30. You
Right.
see like one tall.
but now
kid.
these
Yeah.
kids are graduating high school and they're 6'7".
I was like the
300
one
pounds.
tall kid in my
Yep.
class. Yeah.
You know, that it is so true.
Now they're all like 30
Kids are
looking and they're
all. I
16.
mean, you see 12-year-olds that are like 5'8".
Yeah,
And
my
it's all-
10-year-old looks 13.
Yeah,
it's not
and
a
it's
big
all
deal, but
because
it's a big
of
deal.
the food that they're eating, the steroid-based food.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary when you really break it
Yeah.
down, but it's also like it's also goes down. That's what I can afford to feed him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and there
that's another
is,
thing.
there is, there are obviously there's genetic links to people's height and size and that sort of thing
Yes.
too. But just as a culture, as a nation, our children are getting larger. They're having more issues with cholesterol problems, high blood pressure in the early teens. And again, not all of that is related to testosterone, but those are things that need to be evaluated. And many primary care providers are not equipped to do that. So I always tell my patients, yes, I'm a primary care provider, but I get to know everything about one subject. Your PCP has to know a little bit about everything. So, like I said, if you want to come in, I'll be more than happy to manage your diabetes, your high blood pressure, all of those things. But my specialty is correcting your hormones.
And you brought in the personalized aspect of this,
Mhm.
and I am not going to discredit any online pill that's out there. I don't want to name any online pill that's out there, but when it comes to you in a brown paper bag or an undisclosed,
I know what
here's where you got to really kind of break the stigma. You are buying a medication from online. You do not know if it's regulated. You don't know where it's coming from. Just to save yourself the shyness or the embarrassment of talking to somebody in real life about this issue. Not that I'm saying don't order, do you, but Ageless Men makes it so easy that you're not sitting in a doctor's office around 50 people, right?
Right. You're not sitting in there listening to people cough and sneeze and
Right.
babies crying. And
Ageless Men's Health makes it so easy. It's no appointment. You walk in,
Mhm.
right? If you look at their website, you walk in, you're in there for a few minutes, and you walk out. I mean, it's like walking to 7-Eleven, grabbing a soda and walking out.
Yes.
But you're getting your questions answered.
Well, and the other nice thing about Ageless is we're not a one-off clinic. There's almost 90 clinics across the country. So if you're traveling and you're on vacation in California, you can walk into an Ageless
We got a
Men's
lot
Health.
of business guys in
Yep.
DFW.
And we see a ton of travelers here in Dallas because there's a lot of tech industry, there's a lot of construction. And so these guys live in Arizona or they live in California or Louisiana. And so they're ageless clients there. And then they come in and see us. We can access their records. We give them the exact same medications that they've been getting at home. And so there's no trying to tell your story again. We also have Ageless Women's, which is obviously specialize in women's.
My next thing, because I know that there was clinics.
Yeah.
But it
So
sounds like all
Ageless
about
Women's,
women's.
Ageless Women's is a little bit newer, but it's definitely we're fortunate in Bedford in that we're side by side. A lot of the other clinics, one's here and one's across town. But in Bedford, we love to see couples because they'll come in, and while the gentleman's waiting for his wife to be seen, he'll see that, oh, there's a men's clinic right there, and they'll pop in.
Mhm.
Or a lot of our guys, their wives will come with them, and they'll be seen on the women's side, but they come over to us because our snacks are better.
Oh, well,
So
that makes sense.
yeah, there's lots of snacks.
No, because I mean, like today's my birthday, so I'm 43, so
Yeah.
I'm getting to that
Happy
time. Like,
birthday.
but yeah, I can tell they're like you get tired. There's things that are different in your body. It's not all about the sexual part. It's about other things that you need as you get older. So
The one thing I learned on their website too, as you scan by, and for women, is skincare. Right? You do the skincare.
We do Botox. We don't do a whole lot of in-depth, like laser treatments, and some of the clinics do. Some of the better established clinics, like in Arizona.
I'm not more on the super. I mean, I get like that. Some people are, and I'm not about the superficial. I mean, I don't know if that's the best way to put that either.
What?
I really don't. I have not done any. Like my makeup is from 7-Eleven. I am so low maintenance. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like there's. I mean, it's like dollar store cream that's helped me out, but like I am getting to that age. Like, well, I don't know what my options are. I guess
Well,
is the
and
thing.
so I will tell clients, whether it's men or women, because I've been doing this for about 11 years. I've done men and women both. I've been on testosterone for almost 20 years. I'm 57. I started it after a horrible bout of postpartum depression.
See, I had a lot. I did have insurance, so I've been going with no insurance since my kids were born. So I've just been kind of winging it for 10 years.
Yeah. And that's the other thing with Ageless is we do work with some insurance companies, but we're a cash pay. We're not a membership. Some other
But you work with the cash pay.
Yeah.
See, that's important to me.
Some other clinics in the area and in the country, they make you buy a membership. You pay for all of these things up
turn
front.
me off right away.
Yep. No, you pay when you come in, you pay for the services you receive. And that's it. And we don't try and upsell you a bunch of stuff.
I like that. Because I don't know what I'm going to come in for. I come in as I need it. I'm one of those patients. I know I need to go to the chiropractor, but I will go in when I need it.
Yeah. And we can get you set up. If you are one of those people that I'm more comfortable doing it in my own home, great. Come in. We'll do a few rounds with you. Make sure that you're confident in what you're doing. We want to check your labs. We still have you come in about once a month to see how you're doing. But we order the medications and we can have them shipped to your home for you. But they come through us. So we've already validated the medication. We work with the pharmacy. We know that what we're getting is a great product.
That's the way it should be. If people are doing it a different way, you might need to check who you're getting it through.
Correct.
My opinion.
You don't, and mail order. You
Anything.
just don't know. You want to have it certified and validated by a professional. Now, for those who are just hearing about it, going, well, this is some fluke. Ageless men. You've been around for almost 15 years, right? Ageless men.
Well, Ageless itself has been around for about 30 years.
30 years.
Yes,
30 years. Oh,
yes.
okay.
So the gentleman that started the company, they started it about 30 years ago as a way. He was the gentleman that started it, was seeking help for himself. He'd gone to his primary care doctor. He'd been told your testosterone levels are normal, but he still didn't feel right. And he really struggled to find someone that would educate him and someone that he felt safe with. So he started the company, and now he and his son have, like I said, been doing it a long time, almost 90 clinics, and just growing every day.
I had just gotten my testosterone checked probably about 6 months ago for my primary care. And that was one of the questions I asked. I said, where is my testosterone level? Because I'm exhausted all the time. My memory is shot from different mental health issues and stuff. But he goes, oh, you're good. And then,
they look at me on the outside and they think I'm healthy. I'm like, oh, no.
But you look at the chart.
There's so many voices in here.
There's so much heartburn and other things going on.
But you look at the chart and it's like, all right, well, I'm just below the middle of the chart towards the lower end. So when I spoke with you, I was like, well, you know what? It's not low T. I'm within those normal ranges, but I'm still feeling those issues.
You got to customize it for you.
Right, exactly. So that's why I was very interested.
It's not a one size fit all.
No, absolutely not.
No.
And that's why we want you coming to see us, because I want to make sure that, what works for Sideshow might not work for Mark, and vice versa.
Right.
And we customize it. I tell my clients, it's what we're doing is an educated guess. It's still a guess at what your dose needs to be based on your numbers and your weight. So I want to see you back.
But
and I
that's why
want
you
to talk
see him
to
back
you
because a
about it.
week into it, 2 weeks,
4 weeks,
4 weeks. That's when everything gets in there. You get to see the changes or not changes that you want to see. So that's why you need to see them. Because you can tweak it.
Yep.
It's all about like it's all about tweaking it as you go. The ride.
Yeah, and testosterone is a natural anti-inflammatory.
Yep.
It's a natural mood stabilizer.
Yes.
So it's just great for your
I
well-being.
definitely need a mood stabilizer.
Yeah. Well, it's also why it's also important for men to be open and honest when they come see you.
Yep.
So
Right.
if they are feeling a little different after you do that first dose, I'm fine.
I'm
No,
fine.
really
Yeah.
tell them because they'll be able to tweak it. You're going to feel better if they really get it right. You know.
And one of the conversations, obviously, like sometimes guys go, I don't need testosterone because my sex life is
They
fine.
think they're badass.
Yeah.
And they're like,
And so,
but you can
we
be
do
better.
Yeah, we have those conversations, and I tell them we can make a good man better. We do talk about ED.
Isn't that a Coldplay song? But
and we offer ED treatment because testosterone isn't going to fix all of those issues. But I take it very personally, and I talk to my patients about not just here's your testosterone level, throw a pill at your erection difficulties and move on.
Don't mess
A
the
lot of
problem.
times there's a psychological component to it. It might be that their weight is contributing because if they're overweight, the medications may not be working because it's not getting into the bloodstream where it needs to be. Maybe they're just not taking their medications correctly. A lot of guys don't know when they should take it, what to expect.
Well, they're men.
Right.
Well, they've watched a commercial and their wife said, you need
And that's see you
Everything's fine.
You get the information on a commercial, which is anybody on a commercial is just going to try to boost their product and make it sound like the end all, the
Even when
evil.
they say they don't
right?
get paid. I'm not a paid advertiser.
That's why in person, ask the questions. And if it's bothering you that bad, this way, we talk about stigma and smashing stigmas on so many different levels. This is one of those stigmas you really have to feel comfortable about. And just, walk in there your first day, you may be a little shy, you may be a little apprehensive to ask, but everybody I've met from Ageless has been so professional, fun, endearing, and making you feel so comfortable that we could talk about anything.
Yeah.
It's it's almost like a counseling session at a doctor's office, but with friends.
Yeah.
Because that's how they are.
And we do have guys that come in, I think, just for life coaching, because they're doing fine, and we're like, well, you really don't need, you don't, yeah. But then they sit down and they start talking about, I am having an issue with this or a problem with this, and they don't realize. A lot of times, you don't realize how bad you're feeling till you start feeling better. And so it's
I like that.
I like that too. That was
And so that's one of the things that I had a patient tell me the other day. We were having a very frank discussion about why certain medications were not working for his ED. And we started talking about the biology of it and the physiologic part of it and the psychological part of it. And he said, you know a lot about erections for somebody who doesn't have a penis. And I'm like, well, I've been doing this a long
I've been
time.
around a while.
Well, I think women are kind of experts as well.
Yeah. So, but
like
yeah.
you've seen one, I've seen a lot more.
It takes two.
Yep. How many of those have you played with?
Ain't making Betty B's with a limp one.
That's right. You've only played with your one.
Yeah, yes, but we do. We want to make it comfortable. We don't want to make it icky or we've had clients. Yeah. Well, I've had patients that come in and they say, well, I don't want to see a girl. I want to see a male provider.
Right.
And then after they see a male provider, they're like, you were a little more compassionate. You explained it, because sometimes you just need to know, like, this is what women think, right? We're not all like, oh my gosh, we've done this tantric sex, whatever. We just want you to feel good. And we want you to be healthy. We want you to keep you around so that we can do these things together.
Right.
And, it's, you don't have to be, again, you don't have to have ED to come in. You don't have to be losing a bunch of weight. the consultation is free. The only time we charge for anything is if you decide to proceed with testing. But you can come in for a free
I don't want to get into
consultation.
pricing, but I kind of got into pricing a little bit with her when we were sitting at Texas Harley Davidson. Now, some of you are probably going, well, if they only take cash, it's probably through the roof. I was shocked when I found out how affordable this is. I mean, even on our budget, I mean, affordable, where, when we talk about, like when Lori turns around and says, hey, you give up a couple of Starbucks and a couple of hamburgers and you can get the proper insurance. Same here. Give up a couple of Starbucks and a couple of nights out and eat. It's that affordable. It's that affordable.
And the health benefits, just the self-confidence guys have after they've done something good for themselves. And we have women that call and say, hey, I want to make an appointment for my husband. And it goes both ways, but again, it's all about your own perception, what works for you, what makes you feel good. At the end of the day, what is making you healthy and happy.
Yes.
And that's what I'm concerned about. That's what I coach my staff to have conversations about. So I'm a nurse practitioner. I've specialized, like I said, I've done this for about 11 years, specialized in diabetes and obesity prior to this. So I know that hormone, how important they are and how negatively they can impact you when it's not right. So that's just my message. Just make sure you're doing it right.
So, all right. So for those who want to know like what to expect, all right, I come into, hey, I'm just not feeling great, or I have ED, or I walk into the Bedford office.
I'm tired and I can't get my dick up. What do I do?
I walk into the Bedford office, but my testosterone levels are within normal ranges. Right. I want to boost my testosterone. So you're going to take some blood work.
Yes.
Right. Then you're going to say, come back in a few days. Right?
Usually I have a cruise in a week. I got to get ready for my wedding.
I make a point to call as soon as I get the lab results back, because it takes sometimes it takes a long time for somebody to get the courage to have the conversation, and I don't want to leave them hanging.
Right.
So I get back with them.
Literally.
Yes. I don't leave them dangling. So I get back with them as soon as possible. But your initial appointment is just a conversation with either myself or my RN. Lab work if you decide to move forward. And then after that, once you've established your plan, then it's 5 minutes to pop in. You don't need an appointment. You just say, Tuesday's going to be my day. We put you on the list for Tuesdays. The reason we do that is we can check you off. And we know if we haven't seen you for a while, we'll give you a call, say, where you been? Are things okay? But let's say that
where have you been?
Right.
I'm calling you.
I've been calling you. Yeah. So, and some people don't qualify.
Stuff's working really well.
Right. Some men come in.
You're not returning my calls.
National levels are not, because we have a very strict protocol. And if they don't qualify for testosterone, we can do things like HCG, which we'll talk about. Well, yeah, your testosterone's pretty low, but more importantly, did you know that you have diabetes?
Because men don't go see a doctor. We just, most men, I haven't seen a doctor in 20 years, so they don't know what their issues are.
Yeah.
They're only going to go because their dick's not getting up.
Or before we bring Mongo on, medications that you're already taking. So like I take a blood thinner. Okay, so I'm on
we don't need it. They don't
Xarelto.
sponsor us. So
I'm on Xarelto. So contraindications with other type of medication is
because testosterone is a naturally occurring hormone, there really isn't any contraindication.
Okay.
But we do have to monitor other medications as you start feeling better. So let's say that you start testosterone and you lose 20 pounds, you might need to have your blood pressure medications changed. You might need to have your diabetes medications changed. So
you may be able to get taken off them.
Yep. And so testosterone.
Because you're having more sex, you're losing weight, so you
That's
don't
right.
need the heart medication.
That's right. Well, and if you're on heart medication, we need to have conversations about your sex life. So because we
hold on one second. Can we bring Mongo up? Can we bring Mongo up? Because
No, you're good.
Yes, sir.
Mongo, how to bring you on? Got to bring you on before your Mongo log because I saw your quote. Oh my God, I've been resisting making smart ass comments. Come on, Sideshow. They're lobbing you soft balls.
They are lobbing softballs. Well, I promised to
that's
behave
why she's
myself.
here,
So
because
yes.
we're gonna make them hard balls.
Yeah, I've been good. I've not commented because I don't want to be that guy. But come on, Sideshow.
I'm already losing
No.
my job.
Karen, this is Mongo. He is a retired police officer. He's a U.S. Marine veteran. He is in California. He does our Mongo logs. And he was chomping at the bit. Mongo, you got any questions? Any you want to join in on this conversation before the Mongo log?
You have any pointers?
Honestly, I've got my own set of problems along those lines. But then again, I was shot and paralyzed 20 years ago, so I'm still dealing with physical issues with my body beyond that. But so I get by just fine, but it could be better, I guess.
Yeah.
It always could be better.
Yeah. And even again, testosterone is not a one size fits all. It's not a magic drug. It's not a cure all. But the impact that it has, I mean, like I said, for me personally, 20 years ago, I got on it because I was having postpartum depression and I just wanted something to help boost my energy so that I could deal with the 3-year-old and take care of a newborn. And it changed my life.
Now, who put you on that?
So it was a provider similar to me. It was a nurse practitioner.
It wasn't
in
a
Colorado.
doctor, right? It wasn't a doctor because a doctor doesn't, a doctor's never, they're going to prescribe to you what Big Pharma wants them to prescribe to you. They're not going to prescribe the stuff that's going to make you actually feel better.
Right. And my doctor did. He wanted to prescribe Prozac, but I was nursing. I didn't want that in my breast milk. So I said, well, there's got to be an alternative. And I just happened to run into a friend who had started a clinic doing this. And she said, just give it a try. And after 3 months, I was completely sold. I went through, probably TMI, but I went through menopause I had one time I had night sweats. Didn't have the mood changes, didn't have the skin changes, didn't have all of the things that a lot of women complain about. And it's not just menopause, menopause. Men can go through it as well.
Right.
And so, again, if you have questions or you have concern, just call us or come by.
Yep.
You can schedule an appointment online and we'll just talk. And if all we end up doing is talking for an hour, I love your stories. So I want
you have a question.
Okay.
You just before you brought me on Sideshow, you cut her off because I think she was just about to start talking about ED medications because I think that's where she was going, and then you cut her off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to hear about ED medications?
Yeah, apparently he does.
Real quickly.
Okay.
Yes.
So ED medications, depending on what the product is, the pills all work in the same manner. Basically, their job is to improve blood flow to the penis so that the spongy tissue fills up and gets hard. And so that's how those medications work. Some men are beyond that and they may need something else. They may need injections. Some men may need what there's called soft wave, which is almost like a vibration ultrasound kind of treatment. If there's a lot of plaques, because if you think about, people talk about, you got a plaque, a clot in your heart or in your throat, your neck, you can get that. You can get that in your penis as well. And so men who have diabetes, men who have high blood pressure, any risk factor for cardiovascular disease can absolutely impact your ability to have an erection. Medications to treat those things can have an impact on your ability to have an erection. And I'm very blunt about it. If I don't think that an oral medication is going to work for you, we're going to talk about next steps.
Right.
And sometimes though, that's when things get kind of squeamish. So, but again, I am professional in my approach, but I'm also trying to make it as, I don't like to use a lot of medical jargon.
I got squeamish as soon as you started talking about a stint in the penis. That just automatically squeamish.
Yes. Well, and again, we do a lot of, we try and make it as light as possible. I don't believe in medicalese. I don't want to throw jargon out that that people aren't going to understand. I don't get paid by the vowel. So I'm a very simple person. My daddy was, is a simple man, simple farmer who teaches a lot of lovely lessons. And, he always would tell me, patients don't interrupt your work. They are your work. So take the time. And when I'm with you, my time is yours. So I don't rush. I don't want to just jibber jabber. That's one of the nice things about the work that I do. There's no quota for me on a daily basis. I don't get paid by how many patients I see. So if our conversation takes 20 minutes, awesome. 20 minutes,
Right.
you're out the door. If it takes an hour and 20 minutes, then that's what it's going to take. And we're
Very
going to
cool.
figure out a plan.
Very cool. Now, Mongo, when you talk about the ED medication, so, we all know Viagra and all that other stuff that's prescribed and very expensive, right? Now you can get these blue pills, green pills, whatever, off TV for a fraction of the cost. Are there similarities? Are they different? Are they the same?
So
you see gas station Viagra,
Yeah.
for God's sake, which please do not go to the gas station and take any pill
Don't
like a
don't
Chevron.
don't get sushi from the gas station either.
Yeah, pills and sushi are two things you should never ever buy from a gas station.
So there really isn't anything over the counter that's going to be as effective as a prescription strength medication. But again, medication, whether you buy it over the counter or you get a prescription from your doctor, there are side effects. And again, when you're buying something over the counter, even if it's, at Whole Foods or GNC or whatever, there's some 20-year-old kid there who's working on commission. They may not know the side effects. They may not tell you, hey, you're going to need to cut back on this medicine in order to take this, or these are some potential side effects, because they're not trained in that. They're trained on how to make a sale. And so I always want to do things as holistically as possible. But, there are some things that require medication, and you get to a point where that's what you need. Then you need someone to be honest with you and blunt about it and say, here's what you need to do. We talk about, I'm more than happy to talk to gentlemen about their sex life. I'm more than happy to talk to them about, emotional issues, because there's so much tied to sex. And when you're not 20 anymore, there's a lot more thought that goes into it.
A lot more weight that's got to come off. Well,
right.
Karen, we got to get into the Mongol log soon, but I want to thank you so much.
Absolutely.
If you live in the DFW area, they are right here on Norwood Drive, 1312 Norwood Drive, Suite 200 in Bedford, Texas. All right. Stop by, go on to Ageless Men website, find all the locations near you. There's 90 locations throughout the country.
In the DFW area, we have our location in Bedford. We just opened one in Frisco, but we're all over. We have in Austin, Houston, San Antonio. We have locations all over Texas. But we'd love to take care of you.
Fantastic.
So agelessmenshealth.com. You can schedule an appointment right there. You can call our office. The number is 602-880-0248, and you'll probably get a hold of Anna, who's my lovely front desk person, or Carmela, who's my nurse.
Okay.
Again, we're a fun group. Mark
I met them all.
Mark
Highly recommend them.
Mark comes by and visits us with his lovely little doggy, and like I said, just give us a call or come by. We'll be happy to take care of it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. It's been
Thank
fun.
you for being here. We learned so much, and you know what? Hopefully, this conversation made you feel a little bit more comfortable, and maybe we'll get you healthy and get you what you need. So have that conversation. Go check out Ageless Men's Health. All right. We're going to get into the Mongo log. Ready, Mongo? Wait, let me play your opening.
Santa Maria! Never mind that shit. Here comes Mongo.
All right. So, Sideshow, in all the years that I've been doing this. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Pitbull.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
So, in all the years that I've been doing this, I've always said, if you have a request, send it to me. Nobody ever did. But last week, Sideshow made a request. So I complied, and here we are.
All right.
So the excuse me. The monologue this week is on Yellowstone National Park, the animals, and the volcanoes. I will get right into it.
All right.
The wildlife is not migrating out of Yellowstone National Park, despite misinformation spreading on social media. The National Park Service is clearing up any misconceptions on whether wildlife is migrating away from Yellowstone National Park. A video that has been trending on Google for the past week depicts a mass migration of animals. The National Park Service believes the videos that are circulating on social media are AI generated and satirical in nature. It does undermine overall perception of understanding of how things work, how nature works. There are natural ebbs and flows of wildlife migration within Yellowstone. The majority of movement tends to happen in the winter. According to the National Park Service, Yellowstone is home to hundreds of species of birds, fish, and mammals. Yellowstone is the only national park with no fences to contain the wildlife, and therefore they're able to roam freely. They're free to come and go, and there's migratory path for elk, bison, and deer. The animals leave the park in the winter to get better access to food that is likely covered by snow within the park. When the animals that eat plants and grasses leave, the predators tend to follow. The mountain lions follow the deer, the wolves move with the elk. There is no reason for them to be leaving right now. This year is a normal year with typical weather and moisture. Elk and bison will seek higher ground in search of cooler temperatures and with fewer insects. There are videos depicting dozens of bison moving together, recorded in the recent past. It's usually about 40 bison out of about 4,500 within the park. In the winter, it's easier for the animals to walk on the roads than the snow-covered ground. Some of social media users hypothesized that the supposed migrations were occurring due to a pending eruption of Yellowstone's supervolcano. The park's complex and extensive volcano system is thoroughly monitored by the U.S. Geological Survey and Yellowstone Volcano Observatory. The current alert level for volcanic activity at Yellowstone is normal, or code green. According to the USGS, geologically, it's going to erupt in the next 2 billion years, but probably not today. While the misinformation may be just a form of entertainment, it can become concerning if people start to believe it. It tends to undermine the overall perception of understanding how things work, how nature works. Now, research has pinpointed when the Yellowstone volcano is likely to erupt. It probably won't blow today, but a new study finds that future eruptions will likely center on the northeastern side of the national park. Chances are Yellowstone will not even be a national park by the time this volcano erupts. Any such massive eruption is expected to take place hundreds of thousands of years from now, according to the volcano seismology in the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory. Helium is a critical cooling component in rockets, nuclear reactors, superconductors, and medical diagnostic equipment, but supplies may soon struggle to meet rising demand. It's been more than a decade since scientists discovered that Yellowstone holds huge amounts of helium gas, but questions remain over whether this helium can be extracted to address critical shortages. Helium is produced almost exclusively as a byproduct of natural gas, methane to be precise, because natural gas deposits trap helium. Scientists, however, are of course searching for greener sources to limit global warming. A new study examined 3 locations: Yellowstone in the United States, a location in eastern India, and southwestern Tanzania. These 3 locations satisfy most of the conditions needed for the extraction of helium. These locations are geothermally active, meaning that they are places where heat from Earth's interior rises to the surface, leading to formations such as geysers and hot springs. These accumulations are extremely valuable as they could help alleviate helium shortages around the world. As I said earlier, helium is a critical cooling component in rockets, nuclear reactors, superconductors, and medical diagnostic equipment. Soon, worldwide supplies will struggle to meet the rising demand. In January 2025, researchers from the United States Geological Survey published an analysis in the journal Nature that reveals exactly what is going on underneath Yellowstone. The most interesting revelation, however, lies in what the study tells us about the next Yellowstone super eruption. The latest research just bears out simply that it isn't due for a while. To get some idea of what a future Yellowstone super eruption might look like, we need to look back in time to those earlier explosions, which all have many features in common. The last eruption at Yellowstone involved the relatively quiet extrusion of lava around the 70,000 year mark. One thing we don't know too much about is how long the buildup for that big one takes and what the warning signs will be. But let's face it, this is what everyone wants and needs to know. It might seem logical to expect a supervolcano to be preceded by more of the same warning signs seen in smaller eruptions, just on a larger scale, probably with a steady growing over decades or longer. The findings indicate that the warning signs could be minimal, offering little to suggest that the world-changing eruption is on its way. Whether Yellowstone vomits out 500, 750, or 1,000 cubic kilometers of ash and debris is pretty immaterial. All would be cataclysmic and devastating to the country. Whenever it comes, the next Yellowstone eruption will be impossible to miss, whether you live close by or on the other side of the planet. Its consequences will be unavoidable. Blasting upwards faster than the speed of sound, a plume of ash and pumice, the same low-density rock used to abrade hard skin, will reach the edge of space within minutes, spreading laterally to plunge everywhere into pitch darkness. A torrent of hot ash and pumice falling across Yellowstone and the surrounding region will start fires while heating the air and making it almost impossible to breathe. And just like a Ronco TV commercial, but wait, there's more, it gets much worse. Traveling at speeds of more than 180 miles per hour, overtopping hills and filling valleys, these pyroclastic flows destroy and bury everything within about 60 miles of the vent, turning everything living from the lodgepole pine and chipmunks, from moose to humans, into charcoal. Within 24 hours, ash would be filling across much of the United States and parts of Canada. Shit, hang on. Just lost my place. I got to roll back through this real quick. Bringing down the power lines, shorting out electronics, causing transportation chaos, flattening crops in the fields, and contaminating our water supplies. Normal life would be at a standstill. As ash particles act as a nuclei for water in the atmosphere, heavy rains would be triggered to add to the mayhem, turning much of the country into a sea of mud, clogging rivers, and bringing widespread flooding. The ash would also carry with it huge quantities of toxic metals, such as arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury, bringing the potential for long-term contamination of our water and crops and animal feed. Sulfur dioxide blast gas high into the stratosphere during the eruption will spread across the planet within weeks. When combined with atmospheric water vapor, the gas forms an aerosol of tiny particles that will build a global veil. This will shield the planet from incoming sunlight and will lower surface temperatures. All things considered, it would be a surprise if global society and the economy survived in any form that we might actually recognize. In addition to the local evaporation due to the heat of the eruption, the subsequent cooling will ultimately adversely affect life here on Earth. I've seen enough disaster movies and depictions of future societies to know that it won't be pretty. Perhaps the only saving grace is that the latest research tells us it doesn't look like an eruption will happen anytime soon. Timelines can be tricky, however, and regardless of the predictions of any of the so-called experts, the next eruption can't really be predicted. I'm convinced, however, the next eruption will occur before the Dallas Cowboys add another Lombardi trophy to their collection of dusty past trophies. And that, my friends, is that. Whiskey improves with age, and I improve with whiskey. My name is Mongo. Whiskey goes in, wisdom comes out. I smoke cigars, and I know things. And if Tattoo Mark is still in the audience, I apologize for bringing down the Cowboys, but they've been frustrating me for years.
That's all right. Go Chiefs. Just kidding.
All right. Mongo, another amazing Mongo log.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bro, I do appreciate you bringing this to light because, here's what, your Mongo log not only brought some great information, it also had a twofold effect on misinformation. Many people get their news, they get their opinions, or they think it's fact through TikTok, through all these different social media networks, and it's just total misinformation. And AI, like you said, is able to generate realistic pictures or something that's actually happening and it really isn't.
I came across a picture while I was doing research for this of probably, and I'm just guessing the number, maybe 300 bears laying together on the road, blocking the road to Yellowstone, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's an AI picture because, for one thing, bears don't congregate in groups. If you see two adults together, they're probably a mating couple, and once the mating's over,
You ain't even heard
the
of
man's out of there.
But was it not like Obama's administration that they said that they didn't have to regulate the facts on Facebook and social
Yes.
media?
Yeah.
That's what happens. You get bears on a road and in a herd.
And probably the only time you're going to see adult bears congregating together is you might see three of them fishing salmon within the same 500-yard stretch. But that's as much social interaction they get. Mothers and their cubs, they stay together. But adult bears don't do that. So the
it's
picture,
not like
although it's awesome, it's great.
I've seen that happen. I seen the poster. All the dogs
Oh,
played.
it must
All
be
the dogs
true.
playing poker.
must
It's
be
true.
That's true.
But this is where people should be held accountable for false information like that because they could.
Well, you're
The
supposed to.
wrong information could really cause havoc on so many levels.
You're supposed to, like, now I know on social that I use, like, you're supposed to have a button. There's a button that you click if you have an AI photo or anything. Like, at least I do. Like, if I have a photo that, it's been funny, I got it through AI, you click the little button to let everybody else know it's an AI photo. Obviously, to me, it looks very obvious it's AI, but
Right.
there's some people that don't get it.
Right.
I get my mom going, "That's really cool. How'd you do that?" I'm like, "Nah."
Yeah. Well, because people scroll so fast, they
Mhm.
only, they're not looking at the whole picture. They're just listening to the words.
Mhm.
And that's the way their minds are working. It's 30 seconds of non-factual stuff, and they move on to the next thing.
Mhm.
And then they make that Yellowstone National Park. All the bears are leaving. Must be something going on with the Earth's inner core. And people start elaborating, and then people start getting nervous, and who knows?
It makes me worried about our educational system. Is all these
That's
idiots
why-
are believing it.
Right. That's why I love the Mongo log so much. Mongo, you take so much time. You get your news and your facts from so many different media sources and books and reading material, and you bring it and you put it all together. People don't understand how hard Mongo works each and every week to bring this Mongo log to light. It's an all-week thing. He puts it all together. Yes, he does sip his whiskey, and I'm really sorry you spilt your last sip today. But but he puts so much time and effort into this Mongo log, and being conservative, being a Republican, he is far from biased. If there's a Republican that goes bad, he's going to call him out. If it's the Democrats
He
going
lives
bad,
in
he's gonna call
California,
out.
and
But
he's a Republican. He's got to have both
yeah,
sides there.
but he's the most neutral person I've ever met that will tell you how it is, and that's why we have the Mongo log.
Well, I appreciate it. Excellent.
What, bro?
I say I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Hey, I got to let you know, I've been drinking a lot of whiskey. Not that I should not go to AA whiskey, but I've been drinking a lot of whiskey. So Tigger bought me a smoker.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever used one?
Yes.
I've got one. My daughter bought me one for Father's Day, but because I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to use it. But I will. It's still sitting on my kitchen counter. So yes, I plan on it.
The one she bought me is in a little barrel, and I can't wait to use it.
It tastes good.
Yeah, well,
I like it.
give it a shot and see how yours is. I'll probably use mine this weekend.
Me too. All right, Mongo. I want to thank you, and hope to see you soon.
That's what the newscasters do.
Oh,
yes, sir.
All right, brother. And
Sure thing.
say hello to Roxy for me.
What'd you say?
Say
I will
hello
do
to
it.
Oh, you said sit on Roxy for me. I didn't know.
Rocky for me. All right. Be good, brother. Oh, can't hear me. His mic went out.
Nope, I can hear you.
Oh.
I will.
There you
Take care.
All right.
right.
Love you, brother. Take care.
All right.
That's Mongo with the Mongo log. Man, how was your birthday?
Good.
Did you enjoy it? Did you like some of the clips that people sent you out?
I liked him.
Who was your favorite clip?
I liked my girl Ashley. Actually,
Yeah.
She called me some fun names.
Chaz Taylor did an excellent clip.
I
though.
love all of them.
Chaz
I
did a
love that
nice
all
clip
of
too.
them did. Yes,
He's the moist machine or whatever.
that. Yes. But
Well,
all of them.
I want to thank
you,
everybody for
guys.
tuning in. Follow us on all your social media platforms. We're going to be soon to be on Spotify. You'll have no visual, but you will have audio.
We got a face
yeah,
for radio.
we will be on Spotify very soon. But like, share, and follow the page.
Mm-hmm.
Be notified every time we come on air. Follow us at our events.
Yes.
You know, Pitbull's going to be at Texoma Harley Davidson this weekend. I'm going to be at Thunder Cycles with the Jarhead Jam this weekend, and head out to Texas Harley Davidson this weekend and support the Tree of North Texas.
Follow us for more events.
so many things going on, and then we got the Tattoo Mark,
August 9th.
Summer Bash August 9th. So come on out for that too. Chance, thank you so much for making the magic work behind the board, brother. You did an excellent job today. I want to thank all our guests, Michael Long, Brandon Board, and Karen Hoffman of Ageless Men's.
All about dicks.
It's all about dicks. Until next week, if you could be anything in this world,
Be kind.
be kind. Peace.
Stay up.